The Falcons and the Buckeyes huddling up before we get this game started in the Value City Arena in Columbus, Ohio, on the campus of The Ohio State University. I am Ben Korak from the Falcon Media Sports Network, here with Holden Ruck for his first hockey broadcast of his illustrious broadcasting career, and one of our hopefully many away broadcasts for Bowling Green hockey this year. Holden, we talked about it a little bit before. How excited are you to call this game?
Oh, I couldn't be more excited, Ben. What a great environment, what great competition, what a great team to be here to watch.
It's going to be a very fun game. Again, the Falcons have not won since 2018. That's 0 for 6 against Ohio State in their last matchups. They're 10-33 since the year 2000, 94, 79, and 9 overall, and a 33, 39, and 3 away record against the Buckeyes. A lot of those wins coming when they were in the same conference as the Buckeyes, when there was all the CCHA. Now there's the Big Ten and the CCHA, and demeriting a little bit of the fantastic hockey that is played by the Falcons and the other Central Collegiate Hockey Association teams. So the first faceoff is won by the Falcons. They turn it back over. Big hit near side. They give it back. Cursory shot from Fontaine. One of the best names I've ever heard in hockey, Gunnar Wolf Fontaine. Left winger from the Ohio State Buckeyes on a same line with Riley Thompson and Davis Burnside. Burnside and Joe Dunlap killed the Falcons last year and 2 years ago. Had almost all of their points. I believe it was in the ballpark of 7 goals and 5 assists, 12 points for those two guys against the Falcons the last 2 years. Gustav Stierenberg behind his tender, Colmore. His 5th start of the season. This one crossed in. Good chance for Ville Immonen. He can't fill it. They were wide open in the middle looking for that transition game. Near side to Ben Wozni. Wozni with a shot. Is gloved and knocked away to the near side ice. Pushes it back up to the blue line. Ohio State now with their own drive. Crosses it over to the middle. They got some numbers. It's chipped up onto the back boards. Eric Parker with a good forecheck, or a press check into the boards. Brody Waters turns it back around, leading scorer for the Falcons. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist. Parker settles it down. He's pressed by Joe Dunlap, an assistant captain. Falcons up in. Maxwell Martin with a shot, awkwardly saved by Logan Turnus, and he'll opt for a face-off to his stick side. So we do have the starting lineups listed. They are off the ice now, but Holden, why don't you read us the starting lineup for the Bowling Green Falcons?
Starting with the Falcons, the left wing, Ryan O'Hara. The center, Ethan Scardina. The right wing, Adam Zimka. Left defense, Dalton Norris. Right defenseman, Gustav Stierenberg. And, of course, in the goal, Colmore.
Gunnar Wolf Fontaine, as I mentioned, the left winger for Ohio State. Riley Thompson and Davis Burnside running out their forward line. Damien Carfagna and Aiden Hansen-Bukata, the defenseman, and Logan Turnus in the goal for the Buckeyes. Tommy Passanen with the puck now, leaves it up to Maxwell Martin. Martin's up, he leaves it for a Buckeye. Now Ben Duran will push it back into the zone. They'll go for a line change. Norris and Stierenberg back on the ice. The starting lineup and second line of defensemen. There's a whistle, and it could have been an offside, as it looked like Dalton Norris is calling for it, and I believe that will be the call. 0-0 the score, just under 2 minutes played, or just over 2 minutes played here in the Valley City Arena, Bowling Green and Ohio State hockey. The first of a 2-game series. We have a game back in the Slater Family Ice Arena tomorrow. Should be packed. Great atmosphere. Pretty good atmosphere here in the Valley City Arena as well. It looks less packed because of the size of it, but holding spectacular facilities here in Columbus.
Yeah, truly state-of-the-art stuff here, and I would expect no less.
Jaden Grant, hard to say who won the faceoff, but Ohio State gathers this one in their own zone. Pushes it up to Godbout. He's pressed into the boards. This one rings back around. Matvey Kabanov giving chase, transfer from Northern Michigan. Cross over into the middle. This shot is blocked at the point by Jackson Niedermeyer. Smart play, putting the body on the line. A lot of what Willie teaches is play off the puck. We saw it just there from transfer from Arizona State. The Goose, Gustav Stierenberg behind his tender Colmore. Sternberg takes it up. A good stick handling defenseman, not fantastic offensively, but he did get the goal against RIT to win the game for the Falcons in overtime. Ohio State back in their own zone, pushes it up outside the blue line, turns it over to the Falcons. Ben Wozni in his own zone, kicks it up to Ryan O'Hara. O'Hara in the zone, fighting for it with Damian Carfagna. Carfagna with a good pass up to Davis Burnside. Burnside near side at the wheel with a shot. This one is chipped again. Cole Moore with a good stick save. Tried to direct that one away, but got it to Gunnar Wolf-Fontaine. Carfagna leaves it in. Fontaine to O'Hara. O'Hara kicks it out. Will be an icing, so the Falcons will not get a line change as they were sprinting to the bench to get it off, but can't do it. Starting line for the Falcons remains in. That includes the two captains, Ethan Scardina and Ryan O'Hara, with the freshman Adam Zonka. And by the Utah Hockey Club, as I am really pushing for the Utah Yetis, which I would think that'd be a really fun name, Holden, the Utah Yetis.
Certainly an improvement, I would say.
Yeah. Of course, we like the Arizona Coyotes, but if it has to be in Utah, might as well give it a fun name. You know, the Blizzard, the Yetis, something cold weather, fits hockey very well. Our board operator, Tyler Kavelitz, says Yetis is the best. I think the Seattle Kraken and the Utah Yetis would be a very fun rivalry matchup in the NHL every year. Breck McKinley back behind to Parker. Parker up to Imonen, quite a large forward, digs this one off, leaves it for the Scarlet and Gray. Ohio State wears white sweaters today with their red shorts, white socks, and the silver helmets. And the Falcons with their orange sweaters, brown shorts, but debuting their new orange buckets. I love them, Holden. I think they really fit well with the rest of the colorful uniform.
Just a great look for them, I have to agree.
Face off to the right of Cole Moore. Ohio State, shot over the middle. Cole Moore lets it go behind him, hits off the half wall. Kicks back to Passanen. Passanen up to Martin. Martin with a high stick gets it up on the boards, calling for that one. Joe Dunlap gets it out. Up for the Falcons, trying to get in transition. Quinn Emerson leaves it up, but he's pushed against the ice. Could have maybe been an interference, but the puck was close enough to Emerson, so they didn't call it. We do have Big Ten referees today. Tomorrow we will have CCHA referees who tend to call more penalties because the CCHA is a more physical conference. Seth Fighton, good mugging there. He gets the puck, tries to force the pass. He's pressed into the boards. Ohio State will get it away behind their own goalie, Logan Turnus. Up the ice. Pass is too wide for Joe Dunlap, and Ben Wozni will collect behind his tender. Dalton Norris getting it out. Seth Fighton against the boards. Gets it to Wozni. Wozni to Norris. Dangerous pass across the nose of Cole Moore, but they will dump it into the zone. Niedermeyer and Jaden Grant will give chase. Parker leaves it in, skips across the blue line, but no Falcon there to put it away. Niedermeyer, good pass across to Eric Parker, just a little bit wide, but they don't turn it over. Zonka now in the zone. His pocket is picked by Sam Deckett. Deckett is hit at the line. Turns it over to the Falcons. Now Grant through the zone. I'm sorry, that's passing in through the zone to O'Hara. O'Hara kicks it up back to the point. The Falcons have a good stand here. Ethan Scardina with a shot is blocked. A Buckeye is down on the ice. It looks like Deckett wore that one on the block. He saved it from getting to his tender, but he did have to hit the ice. Now he's up and off. Falcons into the zone. Brody Waters is hit very hard at the blue line. Turns over to Ohio State. They have a chance here, but they're pressed. Get the puck away. Good play by Gustav Sternberg to tie him up and kick the puck away. Sternberg, a fantastic defender. You just look for him to stay out of the sin box as much as possible. Ohio State up. Imonen collects. Number 33, a high number for a forward, but it reflects his large stature. Sternberg presses again, gets the puck away. Burnside collects, near side, gives it up to Brett Foe. Brett Foe now with a little bit of a streak. Gets a head full of steam, but is stopped on the near side of the boards, gives it back up to Ohio State. Now the Falcons collect it again. Near side, Brett Foe taking it up the middle, across the blue line, into the O-zone for the Falcons. He rings it all the way around. William Smith clears it in. Now Imonen comes up with the puck again. Trying to get it away from the red and white boards here in the Value City Arena, and they will clear it down to the Falcon side of the ice. Cole Moore calls for an icing, and that it is. 12 and a half minutes left to play in the first period. 0-0 is the score. Quite a strong start from the Falcons and the Buckeyes.
Yeah, they're certainly keeping pace. Not a high volume of shots on goal for either team, but both defensively standing pretty strong. Goalkeeper's doing a nice job of fending off anything coming their way, but offensively there have been some chances, but it hasn't seemed like too much doing for either side.
3 shots on goal for Ohio State, 5 total shots. 1 shot on goal for the Falcons, 3 total shots, but like you said, not a lot of high quality chances for either team. So that statistic is a little bit misleading. Ohio Bowling Green with it in front of the net. Ryan O'Hara is blocked by a defenseman who got his legs in the perfect position to take more of the puck than the body. Kabanoff fighting for it, gets it back out to the point, but it clears the blue line, and the Falcons will have to reset. McKinley up the ice to Seth Fighton. Seth Fighton backhands it into the zone. Brody Waters going for the body and not the puck. See a lot of hitting from the Falcons, not a lot from Ohio State, as we see a lot in Big Ten, NCHC, Big East hockey. More physical game in the mid-major schools. This one is up. Ohio State with a good pass in. They are forced away by Dalton Norris. Good defensive play from an offensive-minded defenseman. This one is in, almost tipped at the line. Ryan O'Hara with a push. Gets it out to center ice. Again fighting for it. 2 hits in a row from Ryan O'Hara. He can't get the puck away, though. It gets to Riley Thompson. Thompson near side is pushed. Back up to the point. Eric Parker with the shot. It's blocked again by Ohio State. Ryan O'Hara fighting for it on the boards. Ohio State looks like they got a man on O'Hara at all times. Joe Dunlap now. Pass in. Ohio State with a good chance here. Cross over the middle in the slot. And it's kicked away. Dunlap now on the far side of the ice. Trying to work his way in. He does it. Brett Foe almost picked his pocket. Yes, he does. Odd man rush for Brett Foe. He dumps it into the zone. Gives chase. He's the first one there. Brody Waters now on the far side corner of the ice. Gives it back up to Ohio State. Ohio State has dominated possession, but only a couple of very nice chances. Foe into the zone. Off the half wall. Out for the Falcons. Brett Foe with a shot. Goes wide of Logan Turness. He doesn't get a glove on it. So the Falcons will collect it back inside their D zone. High-powered offense from Ohio State, one of the leaders in goals in the Big Ten, as well as one of the best goaltending teams in the Big Ten as well. We talked about that in our pregame 15 minutes before our puck drop. Dalton Norris rings it into the zone. As I say that, Logan Turness comes out of the net, fields the puck. Again, another turnover to the Falcons. Ben Wozni now forcing it up. They're really trying to push the offense right now, Holden. They're looking down ice a lot and not really setting anything up in their own zone.
No, it's like you said, they're taking the chances at the goal, but not really getting any good quality looks, and I think the score reflects that as to now. Again, Ben Korak and Holden Ruck from the Falcon Media Sports Network here in Valley City Arena in Columbus, Ohio. Whistle blows. It was an icing call, so the Falcons will have a face-off in their own end. For the preview of the series against Ohio State and for the recap of tonight and tomorrow's game, go to bgfalconmedia.com or bg_FMSN on Twitter. And for the rebroadcast of almost all of our sports broadcasts, go to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to all those and view our highlight packages as will be released sometime tonight or tomorrow by our videographer here, Henry Costco.
9.5 minutes left to play in the first period. 0-0, still the score. Face off to the right of Cole Moore. 6'6", about 200 pounds, left-hand glove, right-hand stick. Ohio State with a good stand. This one's blocked by the Falcons. Gets up to Maxwell Martin. Martin near side, taking it up through the blue line. He's not highly contested, but he dumps it into the zone to Seth Fighton nevertheless. Fighton leaves it up. Near side boards, tough to see from our angle here in Value City Arena, but gives it to Ohio State. Cole Moore steps out to field it. Back pass to Eric Parker. Parker can hold on to it cleanly. Riley Thompson is Oreo hit. This one again is blocked by Seth Fighton. A lot of block shots in this game for the Falcons. They have 3 already. That one would most assuredly have hit Cole Moore by the angle that we could see, but Ohio State sets it back in their own zone. This one to Nathan Lewis. Lewis leaves it in for Chris Abel. He is able to get it to Brent Johnson. Brent Johnson owned by the Washington Capitals as he was drafted in 2019. Shot is fanned on. Brody Waters goes to get chase. Carfagna gets it away, but it clears the zone. Chris Abel not able to keep it in. It's really hard not to make those Abel puns. Holden. It's just so easy.
Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know, right? They're setting me up. Breck McKinley behind, still fighting for it. A scrum there to get the puck out. Brett Foe knocks it into the net. Now clears this one up the ice. It will not be an icing. Matvey Kabanov gives chase. He keeps it inside the blue line, but the Falcons were going for a line change, so it serves his purpose. Now he looks like he will be heading off. No, he's playing a defensive stand. Now he gives a forecheck. Pressures the puck. This is a good chance. Davis Burnside up. Oh, broken stick, and he didn't get the shot off. Gustav Stierenberg goes for another one. Oh, what a fantastic play from Cole Moore. This one, oh my gosh, he keeps it out still. Cole Moore without a stick, laying out completely. Joe Dunlap near side. Back up at the high wheel. The shot, oh, and he fills it. Fantastic series for Cole Moore. But at the high point, Brent Johnson is able to fill the net. Unfortunate turn of events for Cole Moore, who is playing with a stick and about 6 bodies in his way.
Yeah, really a lot of duress there for Cole Moore, and some pretty exceptional saves initially, but the Buckeyes able to keep the pressure on, and really good finishing on the puck there.
It was a nice offensive play by the Buckeyes to take the puck from in and around Cole Moore, and then when he kicked it away, fills it back up to the point, and making him look to his right and the left, and then making him look right up the center, and just a nice wrister from the point from Brett Johnson. And that oddens up the score. 1 for Ohio State, nothing for the Falcons. In their own zone, now clears it up to Ben Duran. Quinn Emerson also with the puck now. They have a good chance. The shot is saved by Logan Terness.
Time to the goal, 12:37 in the first period.
Pressing against the boards, puck looking to get free. 7 minutes left in the first period. It was about a 7-minute and 30-second left goal. 12 minutes, 37 seconds, the timestamp on the goal from Brent Johnson. Quinn Emerson in the zone, looking for a pass back out to the point. Tries to get it to Breck McKinley, but it's intercepted. It goes off the block. This is a chance. Shot is saved from Cole Moore, another really nice one. Shot was from Noah Powell, one of 4 extra skaters. Ohio State does not have a 4th line, but they do have 4 extra skaters that will assume forward roles. Ryan O'Hara with good stick work. He's forced out to the near side boards. BG scoring right to left. Have yet to find the back of the net, but Ohio State has. They're scoring left to right. Cole Moore fields the puck, gets it away. Back in, Ohio State in and behind the goal line. BG settling it, trying to get it around. Cole Moore knocks it away from his net into his crease. Ohio State sets it back up. This one's a shot, can't be tipped in. Gets it to O'Hara. O'Hara at his own wheel, chips it up the ice like he has a 9-iron, and Ohio State will have to reset in their own zone. Stierenberg up, deflected away. Norris handles. is intercepted by the Falcons. A couple of lazy passes here and there. This one is back across. Good stick work from Dalton Norris to deflect that centering pass. Gunnar Wolf Fontaine to Burnside, near side. Davis Burnside up to the point. Now is near side. This is another shot. Oh, skimmed right across the foot of Cole Moore. Riley Thompson loses it to Foe. Foe up the ice. Good stick work right in front of his own goalie, but he'll turn it over outside of the blue line. Stjernberg passes it through his own wheels up to Dalton Norris. That one into the zone, touched by a Falcon, but they'll immediately go for a line change. So the fresh set of forwards is the first line. Scardina and Zonka, joined by Ryan O'Hara. O'Hara goes for the puck right off the bench, and it skids into the bench of the Falcons, and we will have a whistle and a stoppage of play. And that should take us to the first media timeout. One for Ohio State, nothing for the Falcons, off of the goal from Brent Johnson at the 7.5-minute mark on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BG Women's Soccer takes on the Akron Zips in the prelude to the season finale on Sunday, October 27th at 1 p.m. Catch the preview, recap, and highlights of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
Don't miss the morning show on WBGU FM every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. Join the morning show team weekday mornings to hear about local news, local weather report, Glott's Garden Report, Coaches Show with the coaches from BGSU and BGHS, and live newsmaker interviews. Listen live every weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. locally on 88.1 FM or streaming online at bgfalconmedia.com.
Ethan Scardina and Max Montez on the draw for the Falcons and the Ohio State Buckeyes. 1-0 Buckeyes lead the Falcons off of the goal from Brent Johnson with 12 minutes and 37 seconds into the first period. I'm Ben Korak with Holden Ruck from the Falcon Media Sports Network. For all BGSU sports news and updates, go to bgfalconmedia.com or BG_FMSN on Twitter. And for the rebroadcast of this and all other sports games, go to BG Falcon Media YouTube channel as well. We post some pretty good stuff. And the Falcons looking to post their first goal of the game. Ben Wozni up the ice to Ethan Scardina. Scardina loses it to Riley Thompson. Thompson back to Adam Zonka. Zonka fans on the shot. Gives it up to Joe Dunlap. Dunlap, the right winger, loses it to Tommy Passanen, who gained great position. Adam Zonka, the freshman, up the ice. Oh, that's going to be a tripping call. Zonka knows it. He got too sticky behind their own ozone blue line, and they'll head to the box for two. Unfortunate for the Falcons. They were trying to get some momentum back, and now they're going to have to kill this power play off first.
A tough position to be in for sure when you're looking at the power play, taking the majority of what's left in this period. The Falcons already being down a goal gives the Buckeyes a lot of momentum in a situation where they've already been able to take advantage of the space around the Falcons' defense.
Fiji's been able to kill off about 85% of their power plays. Not great, not bad. Special teams for the Falcons has been pretty good historically, especially in the last couple of seasons. And as I say that, the Castor curse results in an Aiden Hansen-Bukata second goal for Ohio State, his first of the season. A wrist shot from the blue line right over the middle. No defender for the Falcons picked him up.
The numbers on that power play stat will get a little bit worse for the Falcons, and not only that, but it's far from over, very early into that.
So a power play goal for Aiden Hansen-Bukata. 2 goals from defensemen in this game, Brent Johnson and Hansen-Bukata, both from about the same part of the ice. Just beyond that right side wheel of Cole Moore, both wrist shots. that just caught the upper part. This one goes up and out of play, so the face-off will go back into the neutral zone. 2 for Ohio State, none for the Falcons. Time was 16:28 into the first period. So the Falcons find themselves down 2.
Ohio State power play goal is versus the Buckeyes, scored by number
18 shots for Ohio State, 8 shots on goal, 7 shots for the Falcons, 1 shot on goal. So they have been outplayed. They haven't controlled the puck as much as you
And number 13
would like from them.
Time to the goal.
William Smith
16:28.
gets the puck away to Seth Fighton. Orange and Brown come up with the puck. This one's a good shot, but it's saved from Logan Turness. Ben Wozni pushes Joe Dunlap away from the puck. Now Eric Parker up the ice. The defenseman is left all the way in, looking for a pass. Nice one all the way across. Brody Waters with the shot. Oh, just went high. Parker gets it around to Imonen. Imonen to Jaden Grant. Jaden Grant looks for a shot. Good save from Logan Turness. Brett Foe again tries to keep the puck alive. He can't do it as it looks like it went into the net. And the face-off will stay in the zone to the left of Logan Turness on the right side of the Falcons. And the best face-off man will go in for the Falcons. Riley Imonen, transfer from Union. Second line today, the grad student had been a first line with Ryan O'Hara and Brody Waters, who stays with Waters, but now with Brett Foe for the second line, Scardino O'Hara and Adam Zonka the first. Imonen loses the faceoff. Ohio State collects. Good pass to Hanson Bukata, who has the second goal in this game, the power play, after the tripping call against Adam Zonka. A rookie mistake, quite aptly named considering Zonka's status as a freshman. Brett Foe leaves it up. Carfagna with the shot is blocked by his own teammate. Now this one is chipped in. Brody Waters clears it off the glass, out of the zone. Gloved by Ohio State. They drop. They take it right up the middle, splitting the defenders. It's a good play, but Breck McKinley with good stick work kicks it out. Ohio State keeps it inside the blue line, but to the orange and brown. Now Brett Foe near side. Taking it up with a little bit of heat is knocked away by Chris Abel. Good stick work again. Dalton Norris near side will come up with the puck. Minute 45 left to play in the first period. 2-0 the score. Ohio State over the Falcons. Ohio State up near side. Davis Burnside looking up. Pass into Riley Thompson. Won't connect. Gustav Sternberg puts a hit on Thompson. Thompson is stunned just a little bit. Ben Wozni clears it out of the zone. Minute 20 left to play in the first. Sternberg with the puck now behind his tender. Up to Maxwell Martin. Martin, one of the high-profile freshmen for the Falcons, loses the edge of his skate. Ben Duran gets it cleared back to Breck McKinley. McKinley back to Duran. 1 minute left to play in the first period as the PA man announces it. Davis Burnside again rings it around. Clears the blue line. Good push from the Falcons. Solid forecheck, but can't force a turnover. Passanen forces a cursory shot to the net. And Thomas Wise is getting pushed by Tommy Passanen, who is getting talked to by the referee. Shouldn't result in anything, especially with 40 seconds left to play in the first period, but we will get a face-off on the right side of Cole Moore.
And Cole Moore there nearly lost the puck. They're able to gather it up, but felt like a little bit of a closer one than you'd like.
Just a cursory shot that just deflected off of a body. Couldn't tell really who it was, but yeah, like you said, a little bit too close for comfort. Kicked it away to the near side, and after he was gloved in, the whistle blew. Imonen back for the draw. He's against Ryan Gordon. BG needs to win this one, get a good offensive drive. They can't. Gordon comes away with the face-off win. This is another shot, is deflected down over the middle. Cole Moore covers it up quite well. It looks like they're going a lot for this high shot from the point that is batted down by a man up in front. And BG's got to find a way, especially coming into the second period, to stop that. Maybe getting a defenseman in there and pushing the body away from the net, so Cole Moore has a very good line of sight with the puck and the offensive player. Ryan Gordon is kicked out of the circle. His man Dylan Godbout will win or lose the faceoff. Couldn't tell on that one. It clears to the Falcons with 25 seconds left. So they definitely want to hold on to this one as long as possible. Flip up the ice to Scardina. Scardina is all the way into their O-zone. 15 seconds left to play. You kind of just want to exit this one with a 2-0 score. Ohio State gets the puck back. They're taking it up through the neutral zone. Now up to the far side. Good pressure from the Falcons. Sternberg pushes away. Seth Fighton will grab the puck. Hold on with 1 second left. And we will head into the first intermission with a 2-0 Ohio State lead. We will bring you a Tyler Kavelitz board operator intermission report in just a few minutes on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU women's tennis heads to Sylvania, Ohio to take on Lourdes University Grey Wolves on Saturday, October 26th. Catch the recap of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
BGSU Women's Tennis travels to Hamilton, Ohio for the MAC Fall Championship starting on Thursday, October 24th until Sunday, October 27th. Check out the recap on bgfalconmedia.com following the event.
Tyler Kavelitz back here in the Coolene Center, the WBGU 88.1 FM studios. First intermission report here. For the Ohio State Bowling Green hockey down in Columbus. Ohio State currently leading 2-0. We'll get into that a little more in just a little bit. But first, this is not the only game of action going around in the CCHA today. Already underway, St. Thomas at Minnesota. Minnesota up big early, 4-1. They currently have about 7 minutes left to go in the second period. Minnesota leading in shots 30-25, 14-11 in shots on goal. We'll see how that one ends up, but Minnesota in cruise control over St. Thomas. Northern Michigan versus Arizona State, that's knotted up at 1 apiece. Just about a minute to go left in the first period, so that one pacing right about the time of the Bowling Green Ohio State game. 10-7 shots on goal. Arizona State leading. They're leading 18-11 in overall shots. And the other game in action is Michigan Tech versus Clarkson University. They just wrapped up their first period. Knotted 0-0 there. Pretty quiet so far. There are a lot of shots, though. Michigan Tech has 22. And Clarkson University with 14, 9-5, Michigan Tech leading shots on goal over there. We are about an hour away from the start of Ferris State against Bemidji State. Later on, we will also have Augustana going and facing St. Cloud State University over in Minnesota. And then Minnesota State has a big matchup in Mankato against the University of Nebraska at Omaha. So quite a lot of CCHA action going around right now. The last slate of games was Saturday, and that featured Bowling Green beating RIT, the Rochester Institute of Technology, 2-1. Augustana beat University of Nebraska at Omaha 4-0. They are once again facing them later today. Fair State fell to St. Lawrence 8-0. Minnesota State beat the University of North Dakota 3-0. Lake Superior State beat Stonehill College 3-0. And the University of Alaska Anchorage took care of Northern Michigan 5-3. But also just wrapping up, actually a few minutes ago, over on Falcon Radio, our sister station, Bowling Green Volleyball completed the sweep over Kent State. So they took care of business like they needed to. They won all 3 sets over there at the Stroh Center. First set went to Bowling Green 25-23, second one 25-16, and the last one they had to take an extra point. It was 25-24 BG. They added on another one to win 26-24. So Kent State falls to 1-18 overall. They're 0-9 in the MAC. They gave Bowling Green a test, though, in a few of those sets. Bowling Green, though, stays winning in the MAC 7-2 now in conference play, 12-8 overall. That team's really hit a different gear since they hit conference play. Some stat leaders in that one. Kills led by Lauren Hovey. Who else? 14 kills for her on 26 total attacks. She also added 2 aces, 2 assists, and 7 digs. Mia Tyler added 7 kills along with Jessica Andrews. Alexis Mattil added 6. Jordan Newblatt with 2, and Amanda Auden had 3. Auden also led in assists with 31. Sydney Hernandez, Avery Anders, the freshman defensive specialist, each had 3 assists. Both had 5 digs also, so kind of matching stat lines right there. Overall, as a team, Bowling Green had a 250 hit percentage. Kent's really struggled, a 105 team hitting percentage. 41-29, BG led in assists. They led in aces 6-4. They led in total blocks, or actually they trailed in total blocks 8-7. Kent State did lead that category. But overall, very nice win for BGSU volleyball over Kent State. And looking back at the first period of action between Ohio State and Bowling Green down in Columbus, Bowling Green started off pretty solid, I would say, holding Ohio State scoreless for a good amount of minutes there, but Ohio State was a little too much to be contained. They scored goals with 12 minutes in and 16 minutes in. Both kind of the same shots. We'll get into that a little bit in a minute or two when we're going to have Ben Korak and Holden Ruck joining me here. They'll detail how those goals went down. But overall, stat lines, no one with crazy amount of shots for the Falcons so far. They have just 3 shots on goal. Ohio State's managed 10. As a team, Bowling Green's struggling to get shots off. They have 10. Ohio State, meanwhile, has 21. Ben Wozni, Brett Foe, Maxwell Martin, Quinn Emerson, Seth Fiden, Eric Parker each have 1 shot. Meanwhile, Brody Waters, Ethan Scardina leading with 2 shots. Waters has 2 shots on goal. The other shot on goal coming from Maxwell Martin, the freshman. So Bowling Green definitely going to be looking to get something going. Cole Moore, the goaltender, he has 8 saves. He's allowed 2 goals, 80% save percentage. Logan Turnus on the other side in the net for Ohio State. He's perfect, but he's only had to save 3 so far, so it's been kind of a quiet night for him. But I'll take a step back here for just a few minutes. When I come back, I will be joined by the voice of Falcon hockey, Ben Korak, and his broadcast partner here today, Holden Ruck. Going to talk to them a little bit, check in on their perspective down in Columbus of how all that action is unfolding. You are listening to the first period intermission report here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
All right, just about 5 minutes away from puck drop for the second period between Ohio State and Bowling Green hockey. I am now joined by Ben Korak and Holden Ruck. They're on the broadcast down there in Columbus here in the first period intermission report. And Ben, first one for you. First goal Cole Moore allowed, he did a really good job of saving a few shots. I believe he lost his stick, had a bunch of people in front of him. How'd that go down? And the second goal was kind of similar.
Yeah, it was a shot into Colmore on a broken stick, so his stick also broke. So there's two broken sticks on the ice. The offender's broken stick, the Ohio State stick, kind of got into his crease, threw off his rhythm a little bit. He obviously lost his as well. He was able to make a couple of fantastic saves, kicked the puck away to the near side. They rang it all the way back around in front of the far side wheel here in Value City Arena, and they took a shot from where they've taken a lot of their shots in this game from right outside, and they made Colmore look in too many places at once, and they were just able to get the best of him. It was a good offensive play more than it was a defensive breakdown. And at the second one, I mean, on a power play, it's a little bit of an asterisk anyway, but it was also a defensive breakdown. From that same spot just outside of that top wheel, it was just, you know, nobody picked him up, and you got to give your goalie a little bit of a break there. So,
and I want to add to what you just said there, because you're absolutely right. You got to give your goalie a little bit of a break. And the stat sheet, you look at the box score and you may think, okay, 2-0 in the first period. You still got a lot of hockey to play. Like, not the best start for Cole Moore. Cole Moore's played really well today. Like, that shouldn't get swept under the rug here.
Yeah, just the fact that he was able to keep the puck out before the goal from Brent Johnson, the first of the game, was amazing in its own right, and then just a good offensive play resulted in that the finish.
And Ohio State's been dominating the shots category. Talked about that in the intermission. 21-10, they lead total shots, 10-3 shots on goal. What are you guys seeing there that Ohio State's being able to get those shots off and Falcons kind of struggling to get to the goal?
Yeah, you can disagree with this, Holden. I see them taking shots from downtown. I see them taking them from beyond the face-off circles, from the point, and looking for a guy in the middle to be tipping those in. And they've been doing that all game. That's why their shot volume is so high, because they're just looking to put as many shots as they can on the net and hope that the guys in deep can fill them.
Yeah, Ben, I think you're absolutely right about that. You look at the Buckeyes, and they're utilizing more of the ice and a lot of the space, and not only has that given them the higher volume of shots, like you said, but it's also resulted in situations where the defense for the Falcons gets a little bit out of position because they're moving, the Buckeyes are moving the puck so effectively around the ice that it'll catch them out of position and catch the Buckeyes taking chances where Falcons aren't around them or aren't able to approach or contest the puck as it's going between them. And I think you're absolutely right.
And not only that, but catching the body as well. The defensemen just have to be able to catch that body on the inside, force those guys away. So when they're taking shots from the point like that, Cole has a very nice, he's got a very nice eye on the puck, and giving your goaltender the best chance to save the puck as he's done so well.
And that's a really great point too, because as you already said, Bowling Green and CCHA hockey in general, very physical style of hockey, a little bit different from what you might see from teams in the Big Ten. And to their credit, the Buckeyes using that extra space on the ice, using that distance, taking shots from farther back on the ice, gives them more opportunities to shoot without being physically engaged, which is where one of Bowling Green's strengths maybe isn't able to be utilized as much.
Yeah.
And final one for you guys here real quick. What do you want to see the Falcons improve on here in the second period to get back into this one?
I want them to possess the puck more. They are losing the face-off battle right now. I believe, I'm sorry, it's tied 8-8. It felt like they were losing the face-off battle more than they were, but Ohio State was controlling the puck more. I want BG to hold on to the puck, maybe stop taking some chances down ice and set up their own chances as well. Their defensemen are quite strong. You can run things through them almost like you would on a power play, so that's what I'd be looking for.
I tend to agree. I think you need to focus on taking quality looks. Ohio State has had some success and certainly have a higher volume of shots, but that might not necessarily just work for the Falcons to try and copy that same objective. So I would say, like you said, look for your opportunities, try to retain the puck and not turn over as much would be pretty crucial.
Well, Tyler, we're going to force you off here because we got about 15 seconds till the puck drops. So again, thank you for a fantastic intermission report. We'll talk to you again in the second intermission, buddy.
Sounds good. We'll see if the Falcons are able to do what you guys want them to, get back into this one down 2-0, start of the second period in Columbus.
Ethan Scardina heading back to the circle with Riley Thompson, both starting centers who started the game. That first line for the Falcons, again, Ryan O'Hara, Ethan Scardina, Adam Zonka, Dalton Norris, Gustav Stierenberg, and Cole Moore in the net for the Falcons.
Scardina game leader in faceoffs won right now.
Oh, some pushing already from Ryan O'Hara and the captain, Davis Burnside. Burnside and Joe Dunlap, as I mentioned earlier in the game, 7 goals and 5 assists in the last 2 years. Oh, and the referee hits the ice off of more pushing from Ryan O'Hara and Davis Burnside, so we'll see if tensions play a factor into the second period, but the Falcons have had some penalty problems, especially in that game against RIT where they had over 20 minutes of penalty. Burnside again trips up Ryan O'Hara as they're forcing for the puck. Burnside's fighting for it in the D zone of the Falcons. Again, the Falcons and the Buckeyes have switched sides, so now the Buckeyes are striking right to left, the Falcons left to right. Ohio State keeps it in. Oh my gosh, wow. More pushing and shoving on the boards. This has got very chippy, very fast. Not even a minute into the second period. Rings all the way around. Falcons still trying to clear it out. Ohio State keeps it in. They have a good O-zone. Shot is blocked from Dalton Norris. Norris picked up the body. Ryan O'Hara can keep it in. Yet another shot. This one goes wide right of Cole Moore. Back up in. Smith rings it around. O'Hara comes up with the puck. Loses it again. Pass from Ohio State looking into the slot. They can get it there, but the Falcons get their stick on it. You got to get it out of the zone, boys, and they do. So the first time in this period, over a minute in, that they've been able to clear the puck out of the O-zone. It gets right back in. Ohio State, nice pass across. The shot goes wide left. A very good chance there. Puck is kept in by James Hong. Stierenberg leaves it all the way around, clears and into the D zone of Ohio State, and an icing will be called, so the Falcons will not get a line change. Ohio State will, and they'll take advantage of it.
And Aaron there on that last shot from the Buckeyes, but once again, doesn't feel like the Falcons are handling the pressure from the Ohio State offense very well at all. You look at, again, as you said, over a minute into this period before the puck was able to clear into the other half of the ice. Definitely some cause for concern on that.
Falcons win the faceoff. Dalton Norris collects. Maxwell Martin tries to clear it out of the zone. Ohio State with good stick work keeps it in. Rings all the way around. This one's in to Sam Deckett. Deckett near side getting pushed up against the boards. Now the Falcons will come up with it. Off the glass. Looked like it was touched by a Buckeye, so it will not be an icing. No matter if they touch it or not, they do. They settle it down behind Logan Turnus, who has been perfect in this game. Only 3 saves, though. Back up with a good play. Toe dragging it across. Bowling Green, good hit on Davis Burnside to force that puck away. McBriar gets it wide. Back again to Joe Dunlap, the assistant captain. Kept in from the Falcons. Maxwell Martin gives chase. No, he won't. He'll go for a line change. Ville Monin with the forecheck, 6'3", 200 pounds. A very strong player. A nice pickup for the Falcons in the offseason. Now we have an odd man rush. Got to capitalize on this one. The shot. Oh, what a good save. Brett Foe had his eyes on the net. And a glove save from Logan Turnus, and a faceoff will be in the Falcon O-zone.
And even though it was saved there, Ben, certainly nice to see a shot from a Falcon in pretty good position. Brett Foe obviously not able to convert, as I said, but even so, one of the better shot opportunities that I think we've seen from the Falcons so far in this game.
New line on for the Falcons. Looks to be Jaden Grant, Seth Fighton, and Ryan O'Hara. So a mix and match line. O'Hara the first, Jaden Grant the fourth, and Seth Fighton an extra forward for the Falcons today. So Willie already looking to change up the guys that have been on the ice, trying to find a little bit more success. The score is 2-0 Ohio State. 17 left to play in the second period. 2 goals from Brent Johnson and Aiden Hansen-Bucata. Their first goals of the season come against Bowling Green. Offside is the call against Ohio State. So the faceoff will be in the BG side of the neutral zone. Scardina and Thompson. In for the draw. Won by Thompson. Carfagna rings it across to Hanson Bucata. Where's a hit near side? The Falcons up, tries to get a pass to Ryan O'Hara, who is cherry picking a little bit. He would have had a lot of open ice ahead of him had Scardina been able to land that pass. BG looking up to Zonka. Zonka with a good pass to Scardina. Scardina, far side of the ice, leaves it in. Going for the chase. Can he be the first man there? No, he can't. Carfagna around to Gunnar Wolf Fontaine. Hard to forget that name. Yes, Gunnar Wolf Fontaine. Puck dribbles to Cole Moore. Ohio State tries the wraparound. Shot is fanned on technically because the stick broke from Brent Johnson. Stick still on the ice. Oh, what a good deflection in from Jackson Niedermeyer. Could have had his first goal of the season. Saved by Turnus. Now a pass out to the point. Eric Parker settles. The shot goes way wide right. Collected by William Smith, who gets it up into the glass, and it leaves the zone. So or it leaves the ice, I should say. So the faceoff will stay in the O zone of the Falcons.
And certainly some attempts there, but once again, just not able to find anything on the net. The second one pretty errant, pretty far wide there.
Holden, this is a great chance for the Falcons. Ohio State was not able to get a new line on, so this line has been out there probably for a minute or so. 15:54 left to play in the second. So the Falcons have fresh guys. All three scorers, Ben Duran, Maxwell Martin, and Quinn Emerson, with Gustav Stierenberg and Ben Wozni. Martin, after the faceoff win, shot is high. Ben Wozni feeds in. Near side, the puck is cleared to Brent Johnson. Johnson got a new stick after he broke his on a shot in the Falcon D zone. Ben Wozni, near side up to Emerson. Emerson digs it out. Leaves it up for Jackson Niedermeyer. I'm sorry, that's Maxwell Martin, number 15, not number 12. Martin comes up, turns it back around. Looking in for Ben Duran. Good offensive stand for the Falcons. Now this one, cross over the middle. Good chance for Maxwell Martin. Another shot goes high. Turnus has been peppered in the last couple of seconds. Tommy Passanen up to Maxwell Martin. This one to Zonka. Zonka has a penalty that resulted in the second goal on the power play. Aiden Hansen Bucata. McBrayer leaves it up to Ohio State in their defensive zone. Still 2-0. Ohio State over the Falcons. 14:50 left to play in the second period.
And so far in this second, about the same number of shots, shot on goal opportunities between the two teams, a little more even than we saw in the first period, but still nothing happening for the Falcons.
Falcons up through the neutral zone after the turnover. Good play from O'Hara. O'Hara clears it into the slot, but the Falcons elect to go for a line change and less of the puck, so Ohio State will gather. Hanson Bucata up to James Hong. James Hong loses the edge of his skate. Has lived in 4 different countries. Seoul, South Korea, where they love their hockey. Good hit by Gustav Stierenberg. No hand in the air. Oh, there was a hand in the air. Is that a penalty? On Stierenberg right in front of the penalty box, and he might stay there. He's confused as to what the call is. I don't know if you saw anything, Holden. I certainly didn't.
I wasn't able to see it either. I'm kind of curious what that was, but the Buckeye fans certainly enjoying it.
I don't know what the call is. We'll see what the penalty is given to Stierenberg. It'll be a penalty kill situation for the Falcons without their best defender in the game in Gustav Stierenberg.
When you look at how quickly they gave up the goal in the previous Buckeye power play towards the end of that first period, not the position you want to be in at all, especially, like you said, without your best defender on the ice.
BG won the faceoff to Ben Wozni. Wozni up the ice. That one had a weird kick off the boards. Quinn Emerson in as a forward on the penalty kill. Riley Thompson loses it to the Falcons. Stick is pushed away from Quinn Emerson. Riley Thompson will have to go for another one. He'll grab it. Time is wasted. Minute 30 left to play in the power play for Ohio State. This one is cleared to Seth Fighton, one of the better defensive forwards as well. So Willie with his 2 best defensive forwards, Quinn Emerson and Seth Fighton. Ohio State in deep, leaves it across, save from Cole Moore, and he'll hold on to that one and elect for a faceoff.
Nicely done by Moore there, getting on top of it. Again, you're in a situation defensively short-handed, and the sophomore's really playing at a high level, and I think that's pretty akin to what we've seen from him throughout his young career with the Falcons.
So Gustav Sternberg was given a charging penalty, which seems suspect to me because there was very little contact on the near side boards, and even if there was, the puck was present. So a little bit of a questionable call there, but nevertheless, Falcons having an opportunity to kill off their second penalty. Their first penalty of the game. The first one resulted in a power play goal. This one is a shot blocked from Eric Parker. Parker up and around the boards, and it clears the O-zone of Ohio State. Less than a minute left to play, and the man advantage for the Buckeyes. Hong can't complete the pass. Up for Russo. Russo into Quinn Emerson. Quinn Emerson's got a good angle. He can get on this puck. No, he can't. Hong comes up with this one. He takes it up through the O-zone. So it's a 4-on-3 right now as Emerson is late to the party. Now he gets back. Back to a 5-on-4 in the O-zone for Ohio State. There's a back up to the point at the blue line. The shot again in from the point, looking for that tip in, but it was a little bit low. So no angle on the large knee protectors of Cole Moore. 20 seconds left to play in the power play. Far side, shot way across, deflected by Quinn Emerson, who was perfectly placed. Ben Wozny's got to ice this one. He gets it to his man, iced up the ice. That should kill off any semblance of power play that was left. So Sternberg's already standing, ready to get out of the box. 3, 2, 1, and Bowling Green is back to even strength. Sternberg will look for the puck. Now he skates right to the bench. Scardina in, he had a chance, but was pressed away. Parker now in for Sternberg. Lewis loses the puck, now gives chase again. Parker got turned around, pass in, held on to by the Falcons. Niedermeyer hit the ice, wanted a tripping call, but didn't get it. McKinley can't keep it in the zone, a whistle blows, and it looks like we will get a tripping call on Sam Deckett. So Niedermeyer pleading for the referee, gets it. This will be a huge chance for the Falcons, Holden. Absolutely massive with a man advantage.
And it really feels like the best opportunity in a while now in this game here to get closer to equalizing. The momentum certainly not in their favor in that first frame, but able to fend off the power play. Very, very important. A better effort from the defense there. And like you said, good opportunity to put points on the board here.
Like we talk about a lot, momentum, huge. Only 3 forwards on the ice for the Falcons, but Dalton Norris, highly offensive. I'm sure he's been told to act like more of a forward. Duran, Foe, Norris, Scardina, and Ben Wozny. Norris rings it in, man advantage for the Falcons. Looking to come up with it, near side, Davis Burnside. Leaves it to Scardina, turns it over to Riley Thompson. Thompson's got a little bit of open ice. He just dumps it into the zone, and they'll go for a line change and expire 30 minutes, or 30 seconds, I should say, off the power play. Wozny through the neutral zone as a defenseman. Leaves it back, stays on sides. There's a good chance for Brett Foe. Willie is livid. Oh, they're gonna get Wozny for crossing? Ben Wozny. Oh, an interference penalty on Ben Wozny.
Certainly not what you want to see when the Falcons are on the own power play.
Willie is livid on the bench for the Falcons. And the referee skates away from the confrontation. So we will have 4-on-4 hockey here for a minute and 12 seconds. And then for, your math is probably better than mine, Holden, 48 seconds, we'll have a power play for Ohio State.
And already the Falcons committing penalties totaling in 6 minutes by the end of this power play for the Buckeyes. Certainly not what you want to see from a team that, as we said, has had some woes in the penalties.
Face-off won by the Falcons, 4-on-4 hockey, which does not favor either team based on the talent level of both sides. A lot of quite fast, offensive-minded forwards. Ryan O'Hara through the neutral zone. Good stick work. He'll take a shot as deflected off a stick of Riley Johnson and into the netting. We'll get a face-off in the own zone for the Falcons, which is where they want it. So I'm sure Imonen he'll leave the ice. And they'll go for Ben Duran instead. Duran is the second highest scoring player on the team. 3 points, 1 goal, 2 assists. A goal against Western Michigan, one of only 2 for the Falcons. He wins the faceoff to O'Hara. O'Hara at the point, turns it back around. Is pushed almost outside of the zone, but turns it over to Ohio State. Carfagna is disrupted by Dalton Norris. Carfagna looking for a pass. He's turned back away toward his own blue line. 35 seconds left and even strength. And the shot is gloved from Cole Moore. It'll stop the clock and opt for a face-off and a line change.
And 32 seconds here remaining until the Buckeyes are back at full strength. And so you have to hope for the Falcons that they're really able to control things on defense here while the numbers are even, because it's not going to get easier for the ensuing 48 seconds, as we said.
Falcons definitely looking to have the puck in their own zone when the Sam Deckett for Ohio State comes out of the box and make sure that you have the puck, so he's not coming out with an offensive chance already for Ohio State. Passanen turns it back around. Head of steam now with Brett Foe. Brett Foe near side looking to cross. Shot is deflected by Turnus. Turnus turns it in. Now with 4 seconds left, James Hong will take it up the ice. It looks like they will have a 5-on-4 chance. This one is not handled by Thomas Wise, and icing will be cleared from the Falcons. 9.5 minutes left to play in the second period. 30 seconds left in the power play for Ohio State. Clears back up to Breck McKinley. McKinley ices it back up the ice. So not a power play stand yet for Ohio State. Riley Thompson pushes it way up. Hanson Bucata leaves it for Thompson. Thompson back around. Breck McKinley gets it up to his man, Jaden Grant. Grant with full possession now. 7 seconds left. He's pushed. Riley Thompson forces the puck away, but goes back to the Falcons. They ice it with even strength. He could have probably held on to that one and created an offensive chance. Seth Fighton goes sliding into the zone, disrupts the pass. Now the Falcons do the same, near side. Riley Thompson still fighting for it. He's maintained personally a lot of the possession. Pushing at the end of that one. It'll result in nothing, hopefully. So both penalties are killed off. We're back to even strength 5-on-5. We have the media timeout, and we'll take it. 2 for Ohio State, nothing for the Falcons. No scoring through about 10 minutes. About 9 minutes in the second period. WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconMedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
This is Jay Crawford, former ESPN Sports.
Hi, this is head coach Daniela Tomic, and you're listening to Falcon Media Sports Network's coverage of BGSU volleyball on 88.1 FM WBGU, your home for all of BG athletics. Now let's get back to all the action.
Ohio State in their own zone trying to clear it out. Quinn Emerson keeps it in, 2-0 hockey game between the Falcons and the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes have the lead right now. The Falcons looking for their first score of the game. Sternberg looking in. The shot goes way wide left. Quinn Emerson, 2-6 hitting each other. Result in a pop fly that Maxwell Martin has to chase down. Ben Duran looking in. He turns it back around, looking for a pass, and he does it again. Oh! Drops the defender with no contact. Near side, Ben Wozni with the slapper. Oh, off of Logan Turnus. That one had a chance. Good slap shot near side on the one-timer from Ben Wozni. You heard a second ago, Daniela Tomic with our legal ID, WBGU 88.1 FM, your home for BG hockey. And like she said, your home of BGSU volleyball as well, who had a great game today. Swept Kent State in 3 sets. That's a heck of a volleyball team, Holden.
Yeah, and if you look at the recent games for them, really kind of feels like a little bit of par from the course. They've been really hot lately, and host Kent again tomorrow, and which would undoubtedly be a good game.
Yeah, BG hockey trying to get hot themselves. Colmore's not had a bad day. He's allowed 2 goals to Brent Johnson and Aiden Hansen-Bukata in the first period. Nothing in the second period. He's had 11 saves with that as well. Tipped up. Falcons had a chance, but it was deflected by Logan Turnus. Good contact. The Falcons have possessed the puck a lot more. Ryan O'Hara was too far in the zone. That'll be an offsides. I like that look up the ice, though, that O'Hara was. He had some open ice. It was a good pass. He was just a little bit too far into the zone.
And he's not able to make the most of it there, but certainly not the worst among efforts we've seen. And
so the face-off to the right of Colmore, the stick-hand side of the left-handed sophomore goaltender, 6'6", 200 pounds. An absolute machine in the net for the Falcons, although he's given up 2 today, one of them on a power play and a defensive breakdown. Scardina has to turn it away because the Falcons, 2 Falcons were offsides. He maintains control of the puck amazingly. This one clears him. Whistle blows, and offsides is the call on Ohio State, so we'll get another face-off in the neutral zone. Holden, in the first period, we didn't see a lot of stoppage of play. In the second period, we've seen a lot. What are you seeing? Why are we seeing more stoppage of play?
Well, I think you look at things like offsides and the penalties that have come from both teams, 3 now in this frame of play, and I think part of it is just settling into the game. You know, you start to build some tensions maybe against the other team, and those sorts of things tend to flare a little more, I think.
Scardina into the zone. Brett Foe giving chase. Pokes it back around. Gains the position on the boards. Kick back around. McKinley at the point. Looking in. He'll take a shot. Tipped up. Oh, just wide left. Tipped a couple of skates. Had a chance. Brett Foe is pushed into the boards. Trying to get the puck away. He will, but to Damian Carfagna. Carfagna off of his own man. The Orange come up with the puck. Hansen-Bukata up to Carfagna. Carfagna in the zone for Max Montez, leading scorer in the Big Ten and of Ohio State, has yet to do a whole lot in this game. And again, another offsides is called on Ohio State.
Once again, just getting a little bit ahead of themselves there, and that offsides is certainly not bad if you're wearing orange and brown. But
I think a lot of that's due to the Falcons just playing a better period in the second period than Ohio State. They kind of turned it back around, have been even in possession, and Ohio State's been struggling to find chances, as many as the Falcons. Only 3 shots on goal for the Falcons coming into the second period. They now sit at 7 with 5.5 minutes left to play. Burnside wears a hit, gets it into the zone. The Falcons digging it up. They'll find the Orange. Good pass across to Zonka. Zonka leaves it in the zone. Turness fakes like he's going for it. Seth Fighton tips it to Grant. Grant up to Riley Thompson. Thompson takes it up the near side looking for a pass. Gets it all the way across. Another shot over the middle. Oh, what a chance on the one-timer, but he couldn't land it. Couple of good crosses from Ohio State, fighting for it on the boards now. It's a race to the puck on the far corner of the horseshoe. Now Zonko leaves it back for Quinn Emerson. Emerson presses it up the ice inside the O zone, but Ohio State's William Smith. What a colonial sounding name. Now, there's some really great names in hockey, Holden. Namely Gunnar Wolf Fontaine, a favorite of mine in this game.
Yeah, certainly. You could look down the sheets and find a couple, but it feels hard to top Gunnar Wolf.
Aiden Hansen Bukata is a very nice name. Christopher Eberle, the second goaltender for Ohio State, spelled Kristoffer. Very European, Scandinavian spelling of Christopher. Falcons down 2-0. Ohio State clinging to their lead. 5 minutes left to play in the second period. 2 goals scored by Brent Johnson, Aiden Hansen Bukata at the 12:37 mark, the 16:28 mark. The second coming off of the penalty on tripping from Adam Zonka.
I'll tell you what, the going felt a little tough for the Falcons in the first, but definitely some better play in this second frame as we've seen so far.
Riley Thompson with a shot from the point. Nobody there to tip it down and in, so Cole Moore will kick it away. Comes back to the near side part of the boards. Again, BG striking left to right. Near side, the penalty box side, far side, the bench side, and Falcon might be heading to the box on this. Oh, yes? Yep. Oh, tripping for Quinn Emerson. 8 minutes of penalty after this one is served out for the Falcons. Wozny, Sternberg, Adam Zonka, and now Quinn Emerson.
And whether or not any of these calls may have been contentious as to if they should have been called, the fact of the matter is you got to avoid giving Ohio State these opportunities for the power plays.
Emerson just caught reaching a little bit too much in the neutral zone. Chance from Max Montez. He had a really good open net. The Colmore closed it off at the last second. Oh, Bowling Green clears it out of the zone. Scardina really fighting for it with a head of steam. Turness comes way out of the goal to field that one, pushes it up the ice. Ohio State beats sets fighting. They have Max Montez is stripped of the puck by Eric Parker. Parker's kept in by Ohio State. BG looking to clear the blue line. They can into the D zone. Montez mishandles. He is on the power play for the Falcons. Seth Fighton gives the forecheck. Jaden Grant with him. They both drop back. Quite sizable defensive forwards. Ben Duran also in the game. Sternberg puts a hit on. Forces it around to Riley Thompson. Near side horseshoe. Now this one passed in. Clears the zone. Minute left to play. And the penalty. Ohio State with a man advantage. This one near far side. Shot is deflected by Cole Moore. Another shot is off the chest protector of Moore. And the puck will be cleared out of the zone. The Falcons will cut all the way across for a line change. They got to get it. Oh, no, they don't got to get it done fast because Ohio State was doing the same. 35 seconds left to play on this penalty. Falcons 1 for 2 on their penalty kills. Passanen kicks it away. O'Hara back to Carfagna. Carfagna leaves it in the zone. O'Hara presses up. So does Dalton Norris. Clears in. The Falcons not letting Ohio State get clean control of the puck, although it has stayed in the O zone. Now Ohio State does control. Damian Carfagna way across. Good settle from Brent Johnson. Johnson to Carfagna. Carfagna near side. The shot is saved from Cole Moore as Quinn Emerson was leaving the box. And Emerson will stay out. And a successful penalty kill for Bowling Green. They're now 1 for 3. Or 2 for 3.
And a really nice snag there from Cole Moore on the end of that to ensure the penalty kill there. Just really good job from him overall. Again, you can look at the 2 goals scored, but given the situations under which those goals came, he's played really well tonight.
I mean, a clinical penalty kill as well for the Falcons. Just not allowing Ohio State to get a lot of chances. Hold on to the puck for a long time. Iced it a couple times. A lot of 50-50 play. This shot is blocked by Brett Foe at the line. Gives it up to Brody Waters, the leading scorer for the Falcons. Chases it into the zone. William Smith handles, kicks it across to McBayer. McBayer into the neutral zone. handled, pass across to Ryan Gordon. Gordon near side, leaves it, and the Falcons come up. Brody Waters into the neutral zone. Chipping mid-ice. Billy Monin puts on a hit. So does Brett Foe, trying to work the puck free. It'll go to Foe. Foe maintains. Looking around, leaves it back up to the point. BG settles it down. Gustav Sternberg, shot in. Oh, it dropped down in front of Logan Turness. He didn't know where it was, but neither did the Falcons, and the puck is chipped down the ice by Ohio State. No icing is the call. Both teams go for a line change. Emerson near side gets it into the zone. Maxwell Martin fighting Damian Carfagna for control of the puck, a forward on a defenseman. Martin still pressing against the boards with Carfagna, and it clears to the Falcons at the point. Sternberg looking in, pass around the back of Turness, back over. Falcons able to keep it in. Ben Duran with good stick work, up to Parker. Parker back to Duran. Duran turns it back around.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
1 minute left in the second period. Gustav Sternberg back across. One-timer is fanned on by Eric Parker. Quinn Emerson back around. Oh, big hit, and that's a penalty on interference. And with 47.5 seconds left to play, Nathan McBrayer will head to the box and complain about this one, but that one was interference.
Now definitely a great opportunity coming here to the Falcons. First penalty minutes since the first period for the Buckeyes, and certainly as this second period is closing out, if you're the Falcons, you'd love to capitalize on this here.
Putting a goal on net is almost mandatory for the Falcons to limit the deficit to 1. It is 2-0, Ohio State over Bowling Green. 47.5 seconds left to play in the second. Man advantage for the Falcons. Billy Monin, the strongest face-off man in the game for the Falcons. He'll go up against Riley Thompson. 6 wins and 5 losses for Thompson. Bowling Green wins it. Eric Parker near side to Ben Ryan O'Hara. Ryan O'Hara into Waters. Waters fans on the shot. Back around, Zonka clears it up. Oh, Davis Burnside intercepts. Now Riley Thompson back to Burnside. Burnside in the zone, 2-on-2. The shot is blocked by the Falcons. Kicks away. Riley Thompson looking just to hold on to this one and burn away as much of the period as they can. There's 20 seconds left with a man still in the box. Brody Waters near side. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. Oh, and he leaves it very calmly with less than 10 seconds, and the Falcons might just skate out of this one with a 2-goal deficit and no scoring in the second period. 1 second left. It gets a little bit close to Logan Turness, but no shot. And we will head into the second intermission with 1:13 left on the penalty. So the Falcons will have $1.13 to start in the third with a man advantage. But the score is still 2-0 Ohio State over Bowling Green. Tyler Kavlitz will speak to you in a few minutes on WBGU 88.1 FM.
For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Back here in the Coolene Center studios, Tyler Kavlitz here, joined alongside, I got Artie Abrego in the studio. He was board hopping the BGSU volleyball game over in Falcon Radio. He'll now be joining me here for this intermission report. But before we get into some of the volleyball action and some of the hockey action as Ohio State leads Bowling Green 2-0, the end of the second period, we have 7 games in the CCHA underway in action currently. The 2-0 score for Ohio State Bowling Green, we know. Minnesota has extended their lead over St. Thomas. They now lead 6-1, coming to the close on that one. Just under 6 minutes left in the final period. Northern Michigan and Arizona State knotted up at 1, about 6 minutes to go in the second period there. Nearing the final minute of the second period between Michigan Tech and Clarkson University, Michigan Tech now up 2-1 in that contest. Ferris State, Bemidji State, they're underway through one period of action. Ferris State up 4-1. Big over Bemidji State there. Ferris State 1-3-2 start the season. Bemidji State 1-2. And then the final two games underway right now. Augustana now has a 1-0 lead over St. Cloud State University. And Minnesota State and the University of Nebraska at Omaha, they are scoreless with about 9 minutes to play in the first period. But, Artie, a little bit ago, BGSU Volleyball, big win over Kent State, did what they needed to do. You were board hopping that game. It was broadcasted by Chaz McNeil, Andrew Smith over on Falcon Radio. What were your takeaways of that contest over there?
My main takeaways, it was obviously a very good game for both sides. Maybe it was a little closer than it needed to be. Obviously, Kent State had a way worse record than BG coming in. They had one win coming into the Stroh Center. BG was obviously on a roll. So maybe some of the sets were a little closer than I initially thought they were going to be, but overall, very good game. Lauren Hovey, she played fantastic. She had 14 kills on the day, and she got it done in the last set with a service ace to seal the deal for the Falcons. So pretty good game on both sides. BG, they looked a little rough at the start. They're always a little slow when they start out their first set. There's always a little bit of struggles there, but they got it done quickly in this one for a 3-set sweep.
And they're in a good spot now in the season. They've really knocked out a bunch of their tough opponents. You mentioned Lauren Hovey there doing a little bit of everything. What else stood out to you in that game? Amanda Odden had 31 assists. Mia Tyler, Andrews, both contributing there. Just an overall team effort there.
I would say a very much team effort. Amanda Odden, she's been fantastic that season when it comes to that assist category. She's continuing averaging over 30 assists for multiple times in games this season. She hit, I believe, 53 against Toledo a couple of weeks ago, so she's always good in that category. And then Alexis Mattil, she struggled a lot in this game, especially in the earlier areas. She had a lower attack percentage for a good percent of the game, but she really rebounded in those second and third sets where she played really well. She really stepped up. And then Jessica Andrews, 7 kills. And Mia Tyler, who has really been, her and Lauren Hovey have really been a dynamic duo this season. And Mia Tyler with 7 kills today, and she played a very good game as well.
Well, we'll go over a little bit of the stats now between Bowling Green, Ohio State. Before we take a little break, bring in Ben Korak and Holden Ruck. 2-0, like I've mentioned, Ohio State up on Bowling Green. Buckeyes still leading in shots, 38-23 their lead, 18-7 on shots on goal. They are 1 for 4 in the power play. Bowling Green's 0 for 2. And Ohio State has won 17 faceoffs. Bowling Green's won 19, so they're leading a little bit in that category. I believe they were tied after the first period. We'll talk a little bit more about the performance by this Bowling Green team, what they need to do in just a few minutes when we bring on Ben Korak and Holden Ruck. But before we get there, I want to push out a little more of the broadcast that the Falcon Media Sports Network will have this weekend. Tomorrow, football against Toledo, Battle of I-75. That'll be over on Falcon Radio at 3:30. Sean Connolly, Reese Patricus on the call. Volleyball battles Kent State once again. That'll be here on WBGU 88.1 FM, 5 o'clock. Chaz McNeil back on the call. He'll be joined by Foster Rosdite. Hockey will battle Ohio State again, this time at the Slater Family Ice Arena, here on WBGU 88.1 FM at 7:30 p.m. Ben Korak, Sam Morris on the call. And then Tuesday, women's basketball season, you can say kind of officially starts, an exhibition against Wittenberg. That'll be on Falcon Radio at 11 in the morning, bright and early. Lucas Kleinmeyer, Foster Rosdite on the call there. But we will take a short break here. When we come back, Artie and I will be joined by the voice of Falcon Hockey, Ben Korak, and Holden Ruck when we come back. Ohio State up 2-0 on Bowling Green. You're listening to the Falcon Media Sports Network second period intermission report. for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
You can be an essential part of the morning show's continued success on WBGU FM. The Bowling Green Chamber of Commerce offers businesses and organizations an opportunity to be an underwriter. Under the umbrella of the Chamber, you'll receive your mentions each month during either news and sports programming or feature segments. It's an affordable opportunity to be part of something unique in Wood County.
Back here in the Cooling Center, the WBGU 88.1 FM studio, Tyler Kavlitz alongside Artie Abrego, and we are now joined by the voice of Falcon hockey, Ben Korak, and the color commentator for tonight's broadcast, Holden Ruck. Both you guys down there in Columbus seem like a little quieter, especially goal end second period compared to the first period between the Buckeyes and the Falcons.
Yeah, it was, and I think that was mainly due to the way the Falcons came out and played. They played a lot better in that period than we did in the first. They, like I called for at the end of our first intermission report, they stopped taking as many shots down ice as they probably, as they did in the first period, and they settled it down a little bit, and they had a lot of really nice offensive stands in their own zone, and despite a couple of penalties, I believe they had 3 penalties in the second period, so they had a lot of man disadvantages and a 4-on-4 opportunity. So without those, you would have had a lot more chances to put it on the goal.
I think what you said there too,
go ahead,
also relevant. They took a lot of quality chances at the goal. They weren't able to convert. Still 0 goals to Ohio State's 2, but there were more quality chances at scoring and not just kind of winging it down the ice.
Well, and Ben, I didn't get a chance to ask you about this in the first intermission, but you are one of our volleyball beats here at Falcon Media Sports Network. Volleyball win against Kent State, did what they needed to do. What are your takeaways from that, if you've got a chance to look at some of that?
Yeah, I think reading into this weekend is tough. Kent State's not a very good team. They're bottom of the MAC. They are still going to be bottom of the MAC. These next couple of weeks are going to be learning for the Falcons, figuring out and perfecting what they really need to work on. But a main thing that you should look for is just them not being complacent in the way that they're playing the game. You can't fall back on your heels because they have an easy schedule going forward. Kent State is the worst team in the MAC. Miami of Ohio is the second worst team in the MAC. Northern Illinois is the third worst team in the MAC, and then Ohio is a pretty good team to finish it out, and then you get right into MAC tournament. So you definitely don't want to take anybody lightly, and you want to play like every game really matters.
And then for both of you guys, looking at the box score, of course, Bowling Green has 4 penalties, Ohio State only 2. Ohio State's gotten those 4 power plays. They converted on 1. Bowling Green has failed on both of theirs. And they only have 7 shots on goal. Ohio State has 18. What does this Falcons team need to kickstart that offense?
I think they really just need to kind of move the puck better, really would be my answer to it. When you've looked at a lot of the shots that Ohio State has taken, they have 8 shots on goal compared to Bowling Green's 4. They have 18 shots on goal, compared to Bowling Green's 7. And I think a large part of that is finding better opportunities where they're close to the net and maybe not being as closely contested by the Falcons defensemen. So I think moving the puck better could create more opportunities for the Falcons offense.
And then also looking at the box score, there's a lot of big names that haven't really gotten much going for the Falcons. Ryan O'Hara, my pick to score a goal pregame, playing in his 100th career game as a Falcon. He has 3 shots, doesn't have a shot on goal though. Ben Wozni has 1 shot on goal. Brett Foe also has 3 shots, but not a shot on goal. Dalton Norris, I believe, was your pick, Ben. He doesn't have a shot at all yet, does have 4 blocks. Is there someone that you guys are looking at that's had a good game that you think can lead this offensive resurgence here in this final period?
Yeah, I think there's a couple players that have had very good games, and Willie has put their trust in them. One of them being Ben Duran, put in a position where he needs face-off wins. He's been on that penalty kill and the power play a lot. And I'm sure when we we won't see him when they come right out of the period because they have a minute and 13 seconds of power play. But when they get a different line, I'm sure it's going to be his. He's been outstanding. He hasn't made any mistakes. He hasn't been able to get on the scorecard yet, but nobody else has for the Falcons. I've been really impressed with how he's been playing. He and Brett Foe are a nice little 1-2 that Duran likes to play more in the zone. He's more doing everything. Brett Foe's taking a lot of chances down ice, and he could break away one of these. He's just got that kind of star power. So Brett Foe is definitely one to look at in that aspect as well.
And as Phil Collins blares behind you guys, you mentioned that they're going to have a little bit of a power play to start the third and final period. What do you want to see from Bowling Green in that power play that they weren't able to execute at the end of the second period?
Yeah, I think they had a very good power play at the end of the second period. I think it was just more knowledge from Ohio State that they could run out the period as much as possible. And they played that power play like they could. They held on to the puck instead of just dumping it into the zone for Bowling Green to recollect it. So I think coming into this one, BG just needs to gain possession of the puck. If they do so, good things are going to happen. They really need a goal coming into this third period. They need a goal to start, kind of get the monkey off their back, as they say, and really they're switching sides, so they're scoring on a different net now. But Turnus has been very good in this game. But Holden, as we've seen, he hasn't really been challenged a whole lot. Only 7 shots on goal.
No, he hasn't. And I'd really like to see the Falcons be aggressive on this remaining minute 13 of power play, and use this opportunity at the start of this final frame here to be aggressive, but not overextend and just take errant attempts in the way that we saw more in the first period.
Tyler Kavelitz and Artie Abrego, thank you guys from the Colleen Center. You guys do a fantastic job, and thank you for helping us get this broadcast on the air. Again, great members of the Falcon Media Sports Network. Go to bgfalconmedia.com or BG_FMS on Twitter for BGSU Sports news and updates and social media posts as well, and go to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel for rebroadcasts of all of our nice broadcasts. And I fumbled over my words and missed the score of the game. Holden, I didn't even see what happened. It happened so fast. Ben Duran looks like he got a goal as the puck was tumbling in the crease, and Logan Turness looked like he was trying to cover it up, but he was just off the mark a little bit. And we see it on the replay here right now. Oh, he went high, batted down by, wow, great play from Ben Duran out of the air. Kind of like a bunt that he knocked into the net.
Well, and just like we said right here before the period came back, be aggressive and look for opportunities that are good opportunities, and they did play close to the net there rather than taking a shot from really far on the other half of the ice. And just like that, I mean, this looks like a very, very different game now.
Well, the referees are talking this one over to see if a Falcon was standing in the crease. So I'm hoping that I did just miss a goal call. Here's the call from the head referee, Brian Aaron. Well, it looks like they're going to review whether or not a Falcon was standing in the blue paint in the goal of Logan Turness. So I may not have missed a goal, but a goal call, but I'm hoping I did, because as of right now, the Falcons are only down 1. Oh, this one might be called back. Look at that, Jackson Niedermeyer standing full in the. Oh, maybe he got out in time. That's actually Ville Monin. So it'll be tough to decide. It's not our call.
Hard to say now.
Yeah. So we might have this goal taken away. If we do have this goal taken away from the Falcons, we will have just under a minute left to play in the penalty. And the power play for the Falcons, 15 off the clock in the third period. Officials Brian Aaron and Brian Hankes, or the referees and the linesmen Jake Davis and Christopher Libet, the representatives to the benches.
Yeah, I don't know. You watch that replay again. Really, really hard to say. It feels like it could kind of go either way here.
He could have had one skate out of the zone and the other skate in the air, which technically would not count as interfering with the goaltender because he's not standing in the blue paint. And I think that's why they're taking so long to look at this one, is because it is such a close call. We're hoping that Ben Duran finds his second goal of the season, his 4th point. That would tie him for the leading scorer with Brody Waters, who has 3 goals and 1 assist, if it stands. You know, we talked about in the intermission report I talked about how strong of a player Ben Duran has been in this game. He's done a little bit of everything, not a lot of mistakes from him. He's been quite a strong player this entire season, and he's showing it right there, just being able to capitalize on a good opportunity.
He really has, and that's something that shouldn't be overlooked, even if this goal does in fact get overturned. Still very much putting the Falcons in position with that effort. And we'll have to wait and see whether or not that one stands.
Only 15 seconds into the third period, the Falcons came all the way down. And a puck dribbling on the crease. Logan Turnus lost track of it. It popped up into the air off of the stick of a defenseman, and Ben Duran was there to bat it into the back of the net. His second goal of the season, if it stands. The referees, Brian Aaron and Brian Hankey's, looking over this one and still looking over it. He takes the headset off now, so they have a decision. Let's hope, Holden, that Billy Imonen was out of the blue before this play, or before the goal was scored.
It would really be good for the Falcons with so much time left to play in this period to
Nearly
have that first goal
play.
to cut back the lead and not.
Yep. Nearly the entire period. 15 seconds expired. The officials are out. Brian Aaron for the call. Oh, they dislodged the net.
Oh.
That is an odd call. We didn't even see that on the replay board.
No, that wasn't very clear at all. I wasn't sure if that was what they were looking for.
So Willie will not ask for an explanation. This is pretty cut and dry. Arguing won't do anything at this point. So,
but a silver lining for the Falcons there. They found that attempt in 15 seconds. Still 58 seconds remaining on the power play.
A lot of high pressure. Face-off win by Billy Imonen. He also had the shot for the rebound that ended up getting batted in by Ben Duran. So a goal is taken off the board for the Falcons. It is 2-0. Ohio State over the Falcons after the Falcons apparently dislodged the net. Which is not the call we were expecting, but it is the call. So face-off will be in the neutral zone. Imonen and Riley Thompson. Billy Imonen, 5 face-off wins to 3 face-off losses. Scardina, 6 face-off wins to 6 face-off losses, and Ben Duran, 6 face-off wins to 4 face-off losses. The Falcons lead in face-off winning percentage. They're 20-17 in their draws in this game.
And it looks like they've added some seconds back to the clock, actually.
19:48 reads on the clock, so 12 seconds into the third period. That means that there is about 1 minute left in the penalty. So they're just working on the board right now, taking a lot of time to remove the goal off of the board in the Value City Arena in Columbus, Ohio, and to remove the Ben Duran power play goal off of the stat line. But here we go. Here's the draw. Billy Imonen wins it. Eric Parker takes it back into their own zone. High pressure off the draw and the first seconds of this period. Now they'll take it slow. Into the zone now. Ben Duran kicks it all the way back around, but there's no point man there. Eric Parker will collect it outside of their zone. Ryan O'Hara gives it up to Riley Thompson. Thompson with the shot is saved from Cole Moore. Eric Parker made Moore's life a lot harder than it had to be, and that could have been really bad, Holden.
Yeah, and certainly not what you want to see, going on the defensive and having to rely on your keeper to make a save there in a seeming pretty much one-on-one situation there while you're on the numbers advantage. Kind of the opposite and really a bit of a departure from the aggressive approach you'd hope to see, reflecting that almost goal that the Falcons just had.
35 seconds expired. About 30 or so seconds left to play. The power play for the Falcons. Ben Wozni takes it up with a head of steam. Now to Brett Foe. Brett Foe gains position. Slaps it around to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer looking for a pass. Clears it out to Ben Wozni. Wozni keeps it in the zone. This is a shot from Brett Foe. Inside to Jackson Niedermeyer. A lot of fanning on the puck, and it is covered up by Logan Turnus with 15 seconds left in the man advantage for the Falcons.
And again, some efforts. A lot of Falcons right there near the net, but nothing happening offensively there.
Down to the final 15 seconds of the power play. Huge chance to capitalize for Bowling Green. They really need this one. Drop the deficit down to 1. Now it sits at 2. Scardina for the faceoff. Loses it to Ohio State. Rings it all the way around. Dalton Norris can't keep it in. That might kill off the rest of this. Moore stops the puck. Ben Wozni leaves it for Foe. Foe didn't know it was coming, so it goes back to Wozni. They'll take it easy as the Buckeyes get back to full strength. Quinn Emerson now leaves it across the nose of Turnus, but no Falcon there to shovel it into the net. This one gets to Ohio State. They clear it out of the zone, but a trip up. No whistle blows. Tommy Passanen gets it up. It's stopped by Maxwell Martin. Martin leaves the pass for Passanen. Passanen up through the zone. Can't connect with Emerson. Ben Duran. Back pass to Emerson off of the back blade of his stick. Ohio State tips it up. Stopped from Cole Moore. Passanen leaves it back for Parker. Eric Parker up into the neutral zone. Seth Fighton can't hold on, but it's knocked to Maxwell Martin. Ben Duran to Martin. Martin on the backhand. He scores! Maxwell Martin off of the pass from Ben Duran, and BG drops the lead down to 1.
17:52 remaining in this final period, and what an answer from the Falcons there. You know, looking at the power play and not able to take advantage of that when your looks should be better and should be a little bit easier theoretically, but able to cut that lead down to just 1 now.
We'll see who actually gets credited for the assist and the goal on that one. I believe it was Maxwell Martin, assisted by Ben Duran. Both a backhand pass and then a backhand shot on the far side to the left of Logan Turnus, and the Falcons beat the Buckeye goalie for the first time in their series and in this game. Now there's a chance for Davis Burnside. I couldn't tell if he fills it or Cole Moore stopped it. And no goal is the call. What a fantastic save from Cole Moore, outstretched. That was not Davis Burnside. That was Nathan Lewis, number 63, who had a one-on-one opportunity. Here we get a good look on the big screen. Faked left, went right, and Cole Moore stuck his legs out just in time and saved it with the skate.
What a save from Cole Moore there.
So in the last about period and a half, it's really, or I'm sorry, in the last period or so, it's really come together for the Falcons. They played a lot better. This is another shot from Nathan Lewis that is blocked from Cole Moore and kicked to Brett Foe. Brett Foe now is knocked down. Puck is cleared to Ohio State. Goal is from Maxwell Martin. Even strength. Brody Waters up to Brett Foe. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's Maxwell Martin's first goal in a Bowling Green uniform, and that it is. So 2 points for the freshman and NAHL MVP last season. Quite an outstanding prospect. Gets his first goal. And what a good one it was.
And it couldn't come at much of a better time either, when you're still looking for that first goal to cut the lead down to 1. You're running out of time. It feels a lot less pressure, even though there is pressure being in the third period, but you know, you're only 1 goal down now and not 2, and you can focus on getting quality shots and not just finding your way onto the board.
Scardina loses the faceoff, but the puck trickles over to Logan Turnus, who will grab it and hold on to it. You know what's amazing, Holden? Cole Moore, 19 saves, 2 goals allowed. That's a .905 save percentage. Logan Turnus has only allowed 1 goal on 10 saves and a .909 save percentage. So honestly, even though Cole Moore has allowed more goals, they've played pretty evenly.
Yeah, it's really an impressive thing, and I think it just speaks to the skill of both keepers in this case.
Burnside up. Oh, good deflection from Riley Thomas, and he kicks it over to Cole Moore. Cole Moore doesn't glove it. He drops it and knocks it to his own player. Dalton Norris is tangled up with Riley Thomas still. They're pushing each other. Now they get up. Norris pushes Thomas in. Burnside, pass back up to the point. Now a shot in is easily deflected from Cole Moore, back up and into the far side half wall. That should be a holding call on Riley Thomas, as he's frustrated he was knocked to the ice. He held Ethan Scardina. Scardina doesn't complain, doesn't get the call. He skates to the bench. Wholesale change for the Falcons and the Buckeyes. 2-1 the score. Ohio State over Bowling Green. 16-13 left to play in the third period. Falcons have played a lot better. They come up with the puck now. Up to Maxwell Martin. First goal of the game for the Falcons. Third total and the first of his career. This one over to Quinn Emerson. Emerson with the shot. Oh, just wide left. It hugged the ice. Some snow on that one. Bender ran. That's Breck McKinley. Turns it again inside. Shot from the point into Quinn Emerson. Emerson turns it back around. Looks into the slot. Breck McKinley can't connect. Now Martin. Pass into the slot. Quinn Emerson is blocked by Logan Turnus. Emerson again with a lot of physicality, battling behind the net. Comes back to the Falcons. A backhand shot. Falls on the doorstep. Oh, and a good save by Logan Turnus. Pushing at the end of that one. And it will probably come to no avail. Ben Duran is still very upset.
Definitely a little bit more pushing and showing a little more physicality away from the puck from both teams here as the game really heats up in this final frame here.
23 shots on goal for Ohio State, 14 for the Falcons. Coming into this period, it was 18-7. So the Falcons have got the better of the Buckeyes. 44 total shots for the Buckeyes, 34 for Bowling Green. And 21 saves for Cole Moore as opposed to 14 for Logan Turness.
And it may seem obvious to say that a team is going to gain momentum when they score their first goal of the game, make it a closer game. But even so, it's really felt these last few minutes that the Falcons are very much on the upswing here in terms of their momentum.
Ben Wozni into Brett Foe. Foe is mugged. Back to Brody Waters. Into Foe. Foe with the backhand. Good chance in, but they couldn't connect with another orange and brown stick. Kick out. Sternberg keeps it in. Into. Oh, Brody Waters had a good chance on the open net, and he missed it wide right. Waters now playing the point. Gets the puck. Shot in. Hugs the ground. Now back to Waters. He had an open net, and he couldn't connect on the pass. Wozni back around to Waters. Waters tries to feed it into the slot from behind Logan Turnus. And it goes up a little bit too deep off the pass. And Ben Wozni will not save the icing, and it'll be a face-off in the zone of Ohio State.
And I'll tell you what, Ben, a lot to like here in this third period. If you're the Falcons, you look at the shots on goal, 9 of their 16 shots on goal have been in this third period. Obviously, the Buckeyes by only 4 shots on goal for the Buckeyes this period. So a lot of offensive pressure coming from the Falcons. We've seen it pay off once, and I mean, definitely the recipe if you're down 1 in this final period.
So Ohio State uses a timeout, trying to collect their guys as Bowling Green has been bullying them. We'll stick our way through this one to catch you up to speed. Ohio State's Brent Johnson scored the first goal, 12:37 into the first. He was followed by Aiden Hansen-Bucata on a power play goal, 16:28 mark. Again into the first. Those are the first 2 goals. The second period saw nothing for the Falcons. It did see 3 penalties called against the Falcons, 1 against the Buckeyes. So BG is 1 for 4 on the penalty kill. Ohio State is 1 for 4 on their power plays in this game. BG has an outstanding penalty kill. They've displayed it, allowing the first and not allowing one since. And then the lone goal for the Falcons, Maxwell Martin, 2:08 into the third period. But it's kind of a new look for the Falcons now coming into the third period, and especially provoking that timeout to be called by Steve Rolick, who is in his 200th game in the Scarlet and Gray.
Yeah, several of the starters coming back out onto the ice. Ryan O'Hara, Ethan Scardina entering the game. Dalton Norris also out there for the Falcons.
Scardina loses the faceoff to Davis Burnside. Burnside kicks it up to the far side of the ice. Now up to Noah Powell. Powell loses it on the pass. BG knocks it in, but it's an icing, and the faceoff will go to the right of Cole Moore. 23-15, the shots on goal battle. Falcons still losing, but narrowing it up. Quite a large margin. 8 shots on goal for the Falcons, 5 for the Buckeyes in this period.
And a welcome departure on that for sure.
Jackson Niedermeyer up to O'Hara. O'Hara to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer puts a hit on. Falcons fighting for the puck. They don't get it. They leave it to Chris Abel, the defenseman for Ohio State. Knocks it through to Norris. Norris slaps it back into the neutral zone. Chris Abel in for Fontaine. Fontaine's shot goes wide left. Davis Burnside back to Fontaine. Fontaine pressures Jaden Grant. Jaden Grant now goes for the puck again. Near side, Fontaine and Grant get it out to Zonka. Zonka leaves it in to Grant. Grant with a shot, saved by Turness. Knocked away, the whistle blows, and we might have an offside as the call. Oh no, Turness gloved that one, so he just gloved it and threw the puck away. Still 2-1, Ohio State over Bowling Green. 13:40 left to play in the third period, but the Falcons with the lone goal in the third, Maxwell Martin's first of the year. 2 minutes and 8 seconds in, and we stand with a Bowling Green 1-goal deficit. Martin giving the pressure on this one. Breck McKinley can't keep it in. Ben Duran can. Turness stops it, leaves it for his guys to settle down. Fakes left, goes right. Shiftiness from Ohio State. Push from the Falcons, knocks him down, so he can't go for the puck again. Ben Duran's stick is knocked away. Quinn Emerson forcing it out of the zone. Ben Duran collects his stick, and that was the goal of the Falcons. Again, BG has not beaten Ohio State in 6 matches, spanning till 2018, the last time that they won a game. There has been a tie in there as well, but 6 losses straight for Bowling Green. Maxwell Martin's shot is blocked. Brody Waters gives pressure on the catch and drop from Ohio State. Clears to Wozni. Wozni in the neutral zone. Turness settles with nobody pressuring, so Ohio State will settle it down. It's an odd position for Ohio State. They do want to score as a goal for the Falcons ties it up, but also you kind of want to hold on to it as long as possible because the Falcons have outplayed you in the last period and a half. Now Wozni in through the zone, leaves it into Brody Waters. Waters' shot is wide. Falcons near side. Brett Foe, pass out to O'Hara. O'Hara at the wall, back to the point to Dalton Norris. Norris near side, one-timer from Sternberg is blocked from Turness. Turness with a good leg save. Now this one in. Good chance. Hanson Bucata, the pass. Shot goes wide right. Cole Moore couldn't get a glove on it, but it wasn't going to hit the net anyway. Bucata again misses the pass. O'Hara now with the puck. Oh, and Ohio State does a good job of getting back in time. I thought they were going to have an odd man advantage, but they go for a line change instead. The push up. The Falcons were mid-line change. Hanson Bucata is tired, elects to go for the change instead of the puck. Passing in up for Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer into Turness, who is pressured by Jaden Grant, and he will cover it up.
And now with 11:23 here left in the third, it does start to feel a little bit more urgent if you're in the orange and brown. No need to force anything or make any desperation plays yet, but at the same time, you do have to start becoming aware of that clock and taking some more chances, which they've been better about in this third period for sure.
A little over half of the third period left to play, 11:23. 2-1 still, Ohio State. They hit this one off of the high glass. Oh, it looked like it hit the net, and will continue to face off in the O zone of the Falcons.
We've said it before, but how about these goalies tonight, Ben? I mean, .92 from Cole Moore, .941 from Turness. I mean, really.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. And even Turness, as this one is chipped high off of Joe Dunlap and out of play. Even Turness, we had suspect about how well he was actually playing because he only had 7 shots on goal midway through the second period, but he's got 16 now and saved all but 1. And he's been showing why Ohio State has some of the best goalies in the nation, definitely in the Big Ten. And Cole Moore, we know how great Colmore was, both last year and to start this year, always giving his team the best chance to win. Centering pass from Bowling Green, can't land, nobody in deep, and a lot of sticks from D-men of Ohio State. McKinley across to Parker. Parker up the ice to Grant. Grant leaves it in the zone, and he'll go for a line change as Turness rings it all the way around. Emerson with a hit. Bowling Green comes up. Now Emerson back around. He wins the race to the puck. Trying to get it up to Wozni. Wozni at the point clears it in. He wants a cross-checking call but won't get it. The stick was in the back. The shot saved by Turness on a low angle. And it looked like it was tipped up off the stick and into the netting, and we'll get another face-off in the zone of Ohio State.
Really a high number of face-offs in the last minute or so of play. Not a lot of real ice action there. The puck didn't play a lot. But
looks like both teams are just getting a little bit more tired.
Yeah.
Just not as clean as you would want. A lot of stick reaching, not a lot of moving the body, which is understandable. Played a lot of hockey so far. Wozni to Sternberg. Sternberg's slap shot goes wide left. Ohio State collects. Now up into the zone. Davis Burnside, the captain. Up and through. Niedermeyer tips up out of the zone. Scardina tries to settle it but can't as a tall order just with the stick. Colmore between his legs leaves the pass for Ben Wozni. Wozni up the ice into Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer touches it. It's not going to be an icing as Ohio State collects this one. Now through. Fontaine back to the Falcons. Riley Thompson hits the ice. Wanted a call but didn't get it. Dalton Norris now possesses near side. Back up to Brent Johnson, who has the first goal of this game. 12:37 into the first period. Trying to fake out Ville Imonen, but he blows a tire. Puck is rung around. Passing in. Knocks it in. Falcons now with the puck, taking it up the near side. Brody Waters. Off the glass and into Brett Foe. Brett Foe behind, kicks it over the middle. Oh, there was a chance, but no orange jersey. Breck McKinley from the wheel. The shot in is blocked by a forward. Buckeyes have done a great job blocking. So have the Falcons, actually. 11 blocks for OSU, 15 for the Falcons. This one in. Haynes across. The shot is wide right of Colmore. Max Montez had a good chance there.
And a bit of a lucky break there for the orange and brown. None of the defensemen really in the way there, and just an errant shot.
Some pushing going on between Ben Duran and a Buckeye. It looks like maybe Joe Dunlap and it. Oh, both of them are being sent to the box. Number 20, Aiden Hansen-Bukata. And Bukata and Ben Duran will serve out some time.
Unfortunate to see there for both teams, really. Not a position in the game, not that you ever want to, but definitely not now with 8:41 left. You certainly don't want the numbers disadvantage.
Duran for cross-checking. Hansen-Bukata for holding. So essentially what that means is they started the fight and both of them got put in the box. So we'll have even strength, 4-on-4. It looks like Parker, Emerson, Maxwell Martin, and Breck McKinley are on their ice now for the Falcons, but it might be a bluff game. We are at the media timeout, but we're going to stick our way through it. So even more Falcons on the ice now. They're playing the waiting game and seeing who's going to go to the faceoff for Ohio State. Moore, as we know, is going to skate back to the goal. And it looks like Sternberg, O'Hara, Scardina, and Ben Wozni will skate out for the Falcons on the 4-on-4.
Little hang-on Sloopy from the band here as the Buckeye fans seem to be feeling pretty good, but certainly not time to count the Falcons out yet, who've really played their best hockey all night in this final frame.
James Hong, the left winger, to take the face-off against the center, Ethan Scardina. Again, Wozni and Sternberg, the defensemen, Scardina and O'Hara, the forwards. Scardina for the faceoff. Will he win it? No, he will not. Very wide shot from Ohio State. Barely even qualifies as a shot. Scardina up and in through the zone. Pass won't connect to O'Hara. Now Ohio State with their own pass, trying to get some open ice. Falcons crashed in. They've been crashing in a lot on the boards, leaving a lot of open ice cross. So if they can complete that pass across, they'll get a good chance. This one is kicked up by Dunlap. Dunlap up through the zone. Shot is way high of Cole Moore. Falcons come up with it now. It's Stjernberg. Stjernberg to O'Hara. O'Hara with good stick move. Now Stjernberg is bumped as he crossed the blue line, so Ohio State will come up with possession. Stjernberg will skate off in favor of Eric Parker. Near side, Brent Johnson rings it around, essentially gives the puck to the Falcons and letting them establish their own offensive play after they had a quick line change. Norris up the ice to Foe. Foe in, ripping it around. His shot with the backhand is tipped away by Turnus. And it goes, I believe, into the net because we'll get a face-off to the left of Logan Turnus.
It's at a point now, you're looking at 7:35, you're well under halfway through the final period. You have to wonder if they start looking at maybe doing some things differently offensively to try and equalize this game.
Definitely looking at what time you're going to get Cole Moore out of the net. And give yourself the best chance at scoring with extra attackers. Still 4-on-4, 48 seconds left in the offsetting penalties. Dalton Norris defending Burnside. Burnside tips it up, and it goes into the net, and the faceoff will happen in the Falcon zone now. A lot of stoppage of play, and a lot of line changes. Good shifts for the Falcons, but short. And same for Ohio State as they are seemingly exhausted.
Yeah, I think it's very indicative of the fatigue that's natural to be had when you're looking at the closing minutes of a game like this.
Billy Imonen with Ryan O'Hara. The forwards with Wozni and Gustav Stjernberg. 34 seconds left to play in the penalty. Near side, Wozni kicks it away. Burnside giving chase up to O'Hara. O'Hara loses it back to Burnside, but he's got to take it out of the zone. 20 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Imonen forechecking. Now it's O'Hara. Dropping back across to Davis Burnside. He has not left the ice in this power play. Chris Abel. Nice centering pass. The shot, and he fills it. Damian Carfagna, second goal of the season. And Ohio State, technically even strength in the 4-on-4, beats Cole Moore. And all three goals for Ohio State coming on deep shots from defensemen.
It's just tough to see for the Falcons there. Now the deficit standing at 2 goals, a lot less manageable as there's only 6:42 left on the clock. And I don't know, Ben, they're going to have to definitely find something different here.
Pass from the left-hand corner of Cole Moore up to the top of the right-hand wheel where the goal from Brent Johnson earlier in the game was shot and scored. So essentially the same spot. The Falcons have lacked in their defensive coverage. And the lead is now 2 for Ohio State.
Falcons back to full strength.
Full strength now, just seconds after the draw. Ben Duran goes for a hit, forces the puck loose. And goes all the way around to Breck McKinley. The way the Falcons have played, this is not out of reach. There is still 6.5 minutes left to play in the period. Dalton Norris to Martin. Martin is wide. Shot from Ben Duran is gloved and knocked away by Turnus. This one rips all the way around and is carried in by Ohio State. Cole Moore grabs hold. Near side to Eric Parker. Parker shoots all the way down the ice, goes for a line change. Seth Fighton puts a hit on, but they get the puck away. Wozni in. Ryan Gordon now. Near side wheel. The shot is high. Cole Moore lets it fly. Jaden Grant up into the zone. Looking to be physical. Trying to gain as much puck time as you possibly can. Pass over and in. Ohio State, big mid-ice hit from Gustav Stjernberg. Reaching, Powell with the shot, and it goes wide right. Noah Powell with a good chance as Stjernberg was falling away from the play after the hit. Couldn't quite get his balance back. Jaden Grant up the ice to Adam Zonka. Zonka in the zone, puts a hit on. Can't get the puck to another orange jersey. Weaseling through is Nathan Lewis. Lewis loses it to Stjernberg. Stjernberg sauce passes it up to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer fighting for the puck. Does he get a hold of it? He gets it to O'Hara. O'Hara across the middle on the centering pass, and no, Falcon can fill it.
The turn is pretty late out there, but Falcon's not able to capitalize on it.
4:40 left to play in the third period. Ohio State still leads 3-1. Scardina with a hit to get the puck away. Parker over the middle to Brett Foe. Brett Foe is pushed into the boards. He gets the puck away to the Scarlet and Gray. Nathan Lewis again. Over and across, passing him with good defense, forces him away from the netminder. Brett Foe in, loses it to Max Montez. Brody Waters now up into the O-zone for the Falcons. He with Foe. He knocks it back around to Foe. Nobody at the point as defensemen were going for a line change. Puck is tipped up. Breck McKinley fighting with Riley Thompson for control. He'll lose it to Stjernberg. The Goose out and in. Stjernberg hoping for a holding call. He's still being held. No whistle. Ohio State in their own zone. They're playing two men back at all times because they have that 2-goal buffer. The rule of thumb is about a minute and a half. This one to Riley Thompson. Thompson's shot is blocked by Stjernberg. Up the ice cleanly to Maxwell Martin. Now again, Joe Dunlap loses it to McKinley. Rule of thumb is a minute and a half per goal that you're down. That would put it around this time that the Falcons need to pull goaltender Cole Moore. Slap shot is blocked by Turnus. Martin leaves it in the zone. Across to Ben Duran. Duran has been fantastic in this game so far. Has an assist on the goal by Maxwell Martin, the only for the Falcons. This one tipped up from Eric Parker, and it goes behind the net and is caught up, and Quinn Emerson is now having a shoving battle with a Buckeye. And nothing will come avail of this. No, Holden, I'm really looking in the next 30 seconds or so for Cole Moore to be skating to the bench.
Because you have to think that around this time, Willie's thinking getting another offensive player in there and having another skater on the ice to make something happen.
Conflicting strategies. If you pull him later, you still get the man attacker, but less time for Ohio State to fill an empty net. Wide in their lead, but the earlier you get it, you do need 2 goals.
It almost feels like one of those accepted risks where you have to rely on your skaters to just play strong and maintain their possessions, not squander those and allow the lead to widen with an empty net. Might
be a timeout taken from Willie, so we will take a step aside real quick. 3 for Ohio State, 1 for the Falcons. 3 minutes left to play in the third. WBGU 88.1 FM.
In Bowling Green football's 41-17 season opening victory over Fordham on August 29th, junior Justin Pace set a program record with a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown on the first play of the game. Falcon Media Sports Network's Reese Patricus had the call on Falcon Radio.
Go back up and field it on the goal line. Trying to take to the right, got some blocks, got a hole. Peg was down the far sideline, and he's got space in front of him. 10, 5, touchdown BG brings back the opening kickoff. What a way to start the season.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Timeout for Willie, and Cole Moore doesn't skate back to the crease. We've got 6 offenders for the Falcons now. Brett Foe in the zone is the extra. Dalton Norris, the only defenseman. So we've got 5 forwards and a defenseman on the ice for the Falcons, really dialing into that scoring mentality. Scardina fighting for possession. You can't give it up to Ohio State as they have a free reign on the goal on a deep shot. This one is tipped up the ice, doesn't have a chance. It's going to go wide left. Giving chase is Ryan O'Hara. He's going to get to their way first, but it's an icing before he can touch the puck.
And I'll tell you what, obviously your first priority here if you're the Falcons is scoring. That is something you have to be concerned about. Ohio State has shown today they won't hesitate at all to take shots from deep. And with an empty net like there's right now, it's certainly be a bit of a nail in the coffin for the Falcons.
Face-off won by BG. Up to O'Hara at the point. He takes it in. The shot is deflected. Ben Duran feeds it over. Now he's at the near side wheel. Shot in. Over in the middle. On the doorstep. Ohio State with a good chance. Pushes it up as David Burnside. They'll go for a wholesale change as the Falcons regroup. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the third. They need 2. Duran up the ice to O'Hara. O'Hara almost loses it, but Wozni gains control. Up into the O-zone for the Falcons. O'Hara giving chase, pressing into the boards. Waters still fighting for it on the backside. Turnus looking out of his left eye. Still on the round of the horseshoe. Wozni now near side. He's got to get it around to another orange jersey. There's a lot of space for Ohio State. Good job from O'Hara to keep it in. Imonen does the same. Still fighting for possession. O'Hara comes up with it. Now near side to Wozni. Wozni with the shot is deflected. O'Hara keeps it in. Near side wheel. Shot from O'Hara. Off the block. Turnus covers it up. And with a minute and 26 seconds left, Falcons still have an empty net, but are still down 2.
Well, we saw it there again, but I feel like you can't emphasize enough from both goalkeepers, but especially the one on the ice right now, Logan Turnus. Just really impressive showing from him today.
Impressive stuff from Logan Turnus, especially if he gets out of this one unscathed. 952 save percentage, 20 saves compared to Cole Moore's 23 saves and 885 save percentage, as Moore has allowed 3 goals. A draw for the Falcons, still 6 offensive players. Martin around to Sternberg. Sternberg to Zonka. Zonka into Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer back and behind. Lifting over, it's on the doorstep. Sternberg's got to keep this one in. He can do it. Minute 10. Time is running out. Sternberg now at the top, takes a slap shot way wide left. Emerson turns it back up ice. Sternberg again at the point. Slap shot near side from Dalton Norris. Is it going to clear the blue? It's not. Niedermeyer does a good job of keeping it in. Martin back around, playing the speed of the Falcons over the speed of Ohio State. They also have the extra man. This one clears the zone. BG's the first one to it. Norris. Again, good chance for Maxwell Martin, and it's tipped high in the air toward the net with 36 seconds left to go.
And really just tough there. Not able to convert a goal there, and now facing off again, only 36 seconds. Looks like that. Certainly approaching all she wrote for the Falcons.
BG needs a miracle. 36 seconds left, down 2. And a fantastic game against a Big Ten opponent, and not a bad one to boot. Imonen wins it to Scardina. Scardina all the way around to O'Hara. It clears the blue line. It goes back in, but the Falcons have an offside warning. Ohio State has the puck now. Max Montez in the zone, leaves it for Scardina. Scardina leaves it to the way open ice. Ville Imonen clearing over, cuts it up, back to the inside. The Falcons are cuddled up by a host of defensemen and Logan Turnus himself, who now has the same amount of saves as Cole Moore with 2 less goals allowed. And the Falcons are down to the last 13 seconds. You know, we're having a little bit of a somber attitude, Holden. But this is an actually fantastic game for the Falcons, especially these last 2 periods of play.
Yeah, you really look at what they've done, and against a quality opponent like Ohio State very much has been so far this year, there's definitely nothing to scoff at. Hasn't been littered with egregious errors by the Falcons by any means, and they've been competitive all game.
Scardina for the faceoff. Still 6 offensive players for the Falcons. The draw is tipped up into the netting again, so we'll get another faceoff with 3 seconds expired. It's looking like Cole Moore will not go back to the goal for Bowling Green.
which is understandable at this point.
Norris way across. Ryan O'Hara's shot is blocked. That one was a stinger as he hits the ice. Another shot from Ryan O'Hara is gloved from Logan Turnus, and he will put this game away. 3 for Ohio State, 1 for Bowling Green. We'll give you a short post game in a few minutes. WBGU 88.1 FM. Don't go anywhere.
On September 13th, BGSU men's soccer's Bennett Painter scored the game-winning goal against Northern Illinois, leading to the team getting nationally ranked. Falcon Media Sports Network's Lucas Kleinmeyer had the call on the WBGU PBS YouTube channel.
Gonna win that one initially. Head up again. Wins the second one, however. Back to lane, back to Painter. That one's blocked, gets it back. Painter! Bennett Painter paints another masterclass at Cochran Stadium.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Value City Arena, Columbus, Ohio, where the Ohio State Buckeyes just bested the Falcons in 3 periods, 3 for Ohio State, 1 for Bowling Green. But that doesn't tell the whole story because it was quite an impressive match. Holden, Ben Korak here with Holden Ruck from the Falcon Media Sports Network. It was an impressive match, especially those second 2 periods for the Falcons. They played essentially even with Ohio State, just 1 goal separating them at the very end. So why don't you just walk us through some statistics for the day. Actually, I'll talk about some of the goals that were scored first. Brent Johnson scored the first goal of the game, 12:37 into the first period. Aiden Hansen-Bukata scored the second goal, also in the first period, but 16:28 in. Maxwell Martin got his first goal of the season for Bowling Green in the third period, 2 minutes in, after the power play that Bowling Green failed to capitalize on. And then Damian Carfagna, with about 7 minutes left in the third period, got the extending goal to make the score 3 for Ohio State, 1 for the Falcons. We saw an interesting shot on goal battle, especially early. It tells a lot of the story of how the game went. Walk us through it, Holden.
It really does. You look at the shots on the goal early, and in the first 2 periods, Ohio State had 10 and then 8, whereas the Falcons only had 3 and then 4. You move to the third period, and it's a complete flip of the script. Ohio State had 8 again, as they did in the second. Bowling Green had 20. You look at the shots overall, and it kind of reflects the same thing. The Buckeyes had their least shots. They had 21 in the first, 17 in the second, and 16 in the third, whereas the Falcons had 10 in the first, 13 in the second, and then 38 in the third, 15 more than they had all game prior to that. And I think that really speaks to both the effort and just the quality of play that the Falcons brought down the stretch there.
Essentially from the time that the second period started, maybe a little bit after, the Falcons and the Buckeyes played very much even. And if you took away the first period that the Falcons really did not play very well in, it was only it was a tie game. So that first period really came back to bite the Falcons. You mentioned penalty minutes, 10 penalty minutes for the Falcons, only 6 for the Buckeyes. Again, they only allowed 1 power play goal in this game. Thankfully, their penalty kill was very good in this one. They also left a goal on the board by Ben Duran when they unhinged the net in that power play when they came back into the third period. So they could have very well had another goal. Just the hockey gods didn't fall their way today. So they get another chance tomorrow to best Ohio State. They are on the 7-game losing streak against the Ohio State University, but they play in our home barn in Bowling Green, Ohio, the Slater Family Ice Arena, which, as we know, is going to be packed. It's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be a very fun place to play. I will have the call with Sam Morris tomorrow at 7:37. Also, Bowling Green playing Toledo tomorrow in the Battle of I-75 on football tomorrow at 3:30. Tune in to Falcon Radio for the broadcast of that with Sean Connolly and Reese Patricus. And then tomorrow as well on WBGU, Bowling Green will have Kent State in town for the second game. They swept Kent State 3-0 in volleyball today. They will play them again tomorrow at 5:30, and then at 7:30 tomorrow night we will have the call of BG versus Ohio State in our home barn of the Slater Family Ice Arena. Holden, it was your first ever hockey call. I think it was an absolute blast. It was a great game to call. You did very well. Hopefully we get a call later this season as well.
Definitely a lot of fun to be here, and glad to call a game with you.
And then thank you again to Tyler Kavlitz, who ran the board for us today, as well as Artie Abrego, who contributed to our second intermission report and kind of took the lead on our intermission reports, which was very fun. Took some of the weight off of Holden and I, so thank you for that as well. And then to Lucas Kleinmeyer as well, our Falcon Media director, for allowing us to broadcast these games away in Ohio State in the Value City Arena. So with that, final score, 3 for Ohio State, 1 for Bowling Green. We will see you tomorrow on WBGU 88.1 FM.
This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.